Is this real?
And then everybody, they're just like all looking at it.
Yeah. And then they go to like spray paint on it or something. There's like a really high production quality.
Oh yeah, no, it's really cinematic. What's the name of the older brother again? The older one. Francis.
Not Reese. Yeah, Francis Reese, Malcolm,
Francis, man.
Dewey.
In season 1, Francis
James.
is fucking.
Wait, hello.
Francis is crazy cool.
Okay, we're starting soon.
Who is that?
Our biggest fan.
Oh, wow.
I'll show you.
Oh, well, I guess we gotta speed run it.
Why, she's going to school or something?
All right, goodbye.
It'll take a little bit to update.
No, cause I told her like, oh, cause we gotta be done about like 2, and she was like, but it's already 12.
Don't worry. We got this.
The sky, you know.
Bruh.
Tell me how you know. I haven't heard the song yet. I didn't get that far in the album, but I saw someone repost it online. The Cardi verse.
Oh, Carnival? Or fuck
Bro, what the fuck?
Whichever the one where he goes, nutted on a bitch, told her to leave.
Oh, yeah. That song? That song samples Mo Bamba.
Yo.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now that's the biggest song on the album so far. It went number 1.
Oh, that's the one fighting Beyonce right now?
Yep.
Damn. How do you feel about what he said, yesterday, the other day?
Which one?
He posted on Instagram about how, like, they're trying to silence me from being number 1.
Bro, he made a great post yesterday. It's so funny. Look at this one. I don't know if you saw this one.
Is it the one where he talks about the color of his skin?
Nah. Maybe it is. He had a lot of shit. Well, first he posted this because, you know, like they say, Swifty emergency. He's about to go number 1. Please buy the Beyonce.
God.
But then he said a whole bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite thing that he said was,
Actually, I gotta put on the story.
to all Taylor Swift fans, I am not your enemy. I'm not your friend either, though. LOL.
He did that like right after the shooting.
Oh, yeah, there's a shooting yesterday, too.
There was? Really?
At
Yeah,
the
in
at the Super
Kansas
Bowl
City.
parade.
Kansas
Really?
City.
Yeah.
This is a great one. Also, I'm hyped for Vultures, too. A lot of my favorite songs from the listening parties weren't on Vultures one.
Low wins on Virtues 2.
I know. I like that song a lot, actually. But yeah, the Cardi one. The Cardi ones are gonna go crazy, you know. He says, "She gonna ride dick like a carnival, and then she eat me up like a carnival. The way I pop my shit, I can't lie. I'm going barnacles."
Everyone saw Vultures 1 get taken off of platforms to limit our first week numbers.
Huh.
This reminds me of the mistreatment of my people because of the color of our skin.
Is that real?
Yeah, I remember I was on Taylor's side when Scooter bought her masters behind her back. She and Beyonce are big inspirations to all musicians. We always say how both sell out tours and movies. Also, I'm sure I've been far more helpful to Taylor Swift's career than harmful. To all Taylor Swift fans, I am not your enemy. I'm not your friend either, though, lol. Also, I didn't get kicked out of the Super Bowl. We left our seats to go to YG's box and see different friends. My wife had never been to a Super Bowl, so I wanted to walk around and have a nice time. We had such a fun day. Oh, and to Shaq, I grew up looking up to you. I would love to hang out with you. And Jamie sometimes. Jamie Salter is like a father figure to me. The media may control the narrative, but the people have spoken.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1 in the world.
Is it true that he called his wife a reference?
On one of the songs, yeah.
That's so crazy. Are we streaming, by the way? Are we live?
Oh yeah, we're live. Yeah.
Oh.
He put in the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I heard that song in regular show.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Skips is going around and like doing maintenance around the park. I was like, this song is good.
This song's so goated, bro.
This song's goated, bro. Okay. I've got it uploaded. I'm gonna upload Okay, I'm settled.
You're settled. You're relaxed.
Yep.
You can feel the CBDs going down your.
Have you told Kate that story?
Yo, wait, Kate. That time where like you almost died on CBD, that almost happened to me
That
the other day.
That basically did
So
happen
like,
to you.
basically, did it feel like you were gonna have a heart attack?
Yeah, that's what happens every time I smoke weed. But yeah,
Okay,
specifically at that time, yeah.
Okay. I basically did that the other day. I took like a CBD
Ebital.
that had more CBD, and then took
Put
like
on
a-
Elijah.
a weed edible, and
Stop telling my girlfriend what to do.
Oh my bad.
Damn,
On the
what the
stream.
fuck?
On the stream, it's not.
On the street, is this your first time on the pot? Sorry. My bad. I'm chill. I'm settled.
41 episodes. Sorry.
basically though, you think you're gonna die. It was fucking crazy.
Wait, so what happened that night? Start from the beginning.
Well, I want to see that movie. You guys want to see the Bob Marley movie?
One Love.
Yeah, bro.
I
Yeah.
kinda
Okay.
do.
When
I
did you
know.
write that song? My whole life.
We played a softball tournament that day, and I was just tired afterwards, so I took like a CBD gummy, and then later on in the night, my dad offered me like an edible, and I remember the thing, like the story you had told me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was kind of like, it won't happen to me, and then it did. It was crazy. Like you just like my heart was just like just beating like hella fast.
That was the one thing when it happened to Kate that actually, like, I knew she was tripping, but I was like, that's kind of scary.
I
Yeah.
wish I could smoke weed, but honestly, it just happens every time. It's like, it feels unhealthy. At some point, you're like, fuck, this actually probably isn't good for my heart. I'll
Yeah.
actually die.
Yeah, there's like a thing with weed that I noticed. There's like a weird sort of like memory thing with it. So it's like kind of the more like fucked up, like the more fucked up I'd feel from smoking weed. Every time I smoked weed thereafter, I could like remember exactly how that felt, like with way more accuracy than when I was sober.
And then it's like you can like almost let it get worse.
Yeah, 100%.
You're like, how could
it's very easy to let it slip.
I think it's a panic attack, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I could see that. It's weird though, because it happened like there was nothing at that time that I should have been stressing about. It was literally, it all felt, I started like shivering. Like, I don't know. It was not fun. The only thing that I think helped me out of it was knowing like the story.
Knowing that
'Cause-
Kate's okay.
Yeah. So then it's like, okay, eventually. And I woke up in the morning and I felt fine. And I woke up and I was like, I'm so happy I'm alive. It felt like that. It just, you're happy you're not like shivering.
One thing that really helps is telling people, like when they're freaking out, like, do you know how much weed it would take to OD? I remember in high school, that was like the one thing whenever we'd freak out, I'd be like, you'd have to smoke 1,500 pounds of weed in 15 minutes to die off of weed.
yeah, they said, they were like, if you died tonight, you would literally be so famous.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was telling Elijah, that guy was a straight up asshole. That dude was a fucking dick. The dude who you called for the hotline, the drug hotline.
What did he say?
What was he
Just
telling
like,
you?
Yeah, you know, like dispensary weed, it doesn't mean
Can
it's
you
safe.
say in the mic?
He said, you know, like dispensary weed, that doesn't mean it's safe. Like just because you got it from the dispensary doesn't mean it's okay. And like, yeah, you know, you should really be careful. I was just like, okay,
Basically
You're
saying
right.
like, you shouldn't have done it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you might have messed up.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That dude probably like wasn't supposed to work that night and was like covering somebody's shift and said,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah, that guy was a fucking dickhead.
I'm sorry you experienced that.
Now I know what it's like. Yeah, it
Sucks
was
to suck.
crazy. It was crazy. So props to you, Kate. You lived through it.
I remember Kate told me when that happened, like I can. She's like, I'm seeing pink and green like through the walls.
Bro, I didn't.
Like,
It was my whole vision was like little just specks of pink and green. I was
that's
Dang.
exactly like the February logo video.
yeah.
Like
Whoa.
pink and green.
Reference.
Have you ever been
Yeah.
high?
Who?
Elwood.
You, Elwood?
Yeah.
That's just Elwood every day.
That's how Elwood sees the world.
I don't call it a double blinker. I call it a blinker.
Every time I blink, it's a double blinker.
What was it like when you got high though?
I just felt retarded. I don't think I got high enough to like really feel like I got high. I just kind of my head kind of just hurt.
Oh really?
Mm.
Yeah.
What did you like? Smoke it?
No, I took a brownie.
Did you? I don't know. There's like I don't know. There's a thing with weed and just drugs in general. It's like you kind of do take it, just feel kind of retarded.
Yeah.
You know? That's kind of the point of it. I don't know.
It
I have good highs, great highs every time.
It's good.
What's the best high you've ever had?
Leaving the gym.
Oh, let's go.
Whoa.
Eating my mama's pie. Oh, dude, mom made some food recently. Oh, fuck. What'd she make? Oh, she made some chili. She made some, like, actually really good fucking chili. Have you seen those memes where it's, like, it asks an AI, like, show me, like, a $1 chili. Show me, like, a $50 chili.
God,
Show me
bro.
a $100 chili. Show me a $1,000 chili. And up and up and up. It's like $100, $1 billion chili. Show me, like, the most expensive chili possible. And it's like, show me a priceless chili. And then just, like, your mom making it and giving it to you.
Yeah.
Jalen said weed activated my OCD like I was a sleeper agent.
Have you ever ate something though that like maybe like a day later just like fucked you?
Yeah, bro. New Year's Eve, I did a gig with Gabe and Corbin and all them,
Mm-hmm.
and they treated me as some Robertos, and I thought I was safe. I got a grilled chicken combo plate. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
it's just
pretty sick.
grilled chicken. Next day, I went to celebrate New Year's with my mom and grandma. I went to Outback.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh. You got some chunks.
Bro,
what got the some fuck chunks.
is that?
No. Bro.
You should have looked at the
Oh,
bug
God.
before
Oh,
you picked it up.
Oh, gosh, fear factor.
Is that gum?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I wish.
I'm gonna pour that.
Yeah, no, you should get rid of that. I'm sorry.
I'm like, why is this like?
Should we put it in the camera?
I thought you were like had some like coffee chunks in there. I'm like, oh, come on, don't be a baby.
That
about
looks
it.
like gum.
No, that looks disgusting as
Wait, can I
fuck.
see?
I feel so bad for you. I'm gonna take a picture of this real fast though.
Damn.
With the legal in, let's go.
I didn't taste it. I just felt it.
That's basically like a.
So how do you know if it was bad or not?
Just,
Oh, there we go. I have no idea. Look at that.
Can I see?
Bro, it looks like gum.
It does. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Little flavor bomb.
It's a little chunk of flavor, bro.
Should've told Elle what that's what boba
All the coffee is seeped up into it, dude. You just gotta fucking man up and just chow it down. I'll do it. Clip that shit.
So what have you guys been watching recently?
Recently, not as. Let's wait till Elijah gets back. Just wait here. For
In silence.
Man, that sucks ass. I'm glad that he got those cups and not me, because that would have been totally on. He would have blamed me for that, but that's all on him. Not gonna lie though, I don't know. Mom is not the best dishwasher. Yeah, I'm sorry. My mom is not the best dishwasher.
It got stuck on my finger.
Oh, Jesus.
I think it was a nut.
A nut?
I have no idea what that could have.
Someone nutted in there?
That shit's coffee creamy.
Hey, that's
I think it might have been like a cashew or something.
What the heck?
That's the local nut cup. No, I don't know. Johnny's cup is the nut cup.
That could have not have been a cashew. It was
That's
like
Ian's.
stuck.
That's Ian's. Yeah, we gotta bring that back to him. Speaking of which,
Wait, okay, you were talking about Roberto's and the grilled chicken?
Yeah. Next day, I go to Outback, trying to enjoy my steak and shit, and I just got a shit forever. It's horrible,
yeah.
and it's frustrating and betraying more than anything.
No,
Yeah.
this might be personal, but was it like firm shit or was it like
No, diarrhea.
okay,
Oof.
okay. That's interesting cuz
If it was a firm one, that'd be okay. Sometimes
wouldn't
those
be
feel
that bad.
nice. Push out a foot long, get back to it.
Because I
There's not
brought
even a lot to wipe either.
that's I don't know. I was at this church gathering maybe like a month ago, and everybody made soup, right? And I kind of had like a sore throat at the time. There were like 4 different soups, but I had a sore throat, and someone made chicken noodle soup. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for that.
Fuck yeah.
And I pour myself a big-ass bowl of it. And it's like right after I finish pouring the bowl, I sniff it. I'm like, that's not right.
Really?
And like it just had something about it that smelled like vinegary. I don't know.
Fermented.
Kind of. I don't know. But you tasted it, and literally I don't know what it was, but the first thing, like, it made me think, like, this is what armpit has to taste like. Like, it was just the broth in it, whatever, was bad. And so anyways, the rest of the day, I didn't really have a problem. But the next day, I was driving home from the call center, and I'm on Desert Inn, like, and then, like, I just had to shit. Like, it was, like, about a 10-minute drive home, and I was just holding it until I got home.
Damn.
And then I got home, and I blew up the toilet. And
Yeah, I don't know what it is, dude. Fucking this past year, I've like blown up the toilet more than like my entire life put together. Like this is just this past year. I don't know what it is about being an adult. It's like it's just harder to control those bowel movements, I guess.
You know
The
now
bubble
how
guts.
now like there's like the street vendors, but they have like it's like a taco tent. You know, they got the tent. Sometimes they got the little rotisserie
Oh,
grill
yeah,
for the
hell yeah.
beef, but it's like a thing, and I want to try it so bad, but I just can't.
Is it
I just can't right now.
is it like a tacos El Gordo type of thing, like where they have the meat all up on the?
Sometimes it's like
Yeah.
that. Sometimes it's just they got it's like a grill this big, you know, it's on the
Uh-huh.
sidewalk and shit. And people are always lined up and it looks good, but
It does look busting.
it's like you're going out to drink or something. You gotta just make sure you don't have not much planned the next day.
yeah.
Or if there's something you want to get out of.
Oh
You're
yeah.
like, fuck it. I'm going in. All right, I think we're on episode 41.
Yes,
41.
sir. What's going on, film fans? Good morning. Hope you guys are having a lovely brunch. It's now the afternoon.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's noon. But brunch is still happening. Episode 41. 2 movies. Lean and Mean. OG members. What you guys been watching recently? I saw Saltburn.
Did you really?
Nice.
Yeah, I saw
What'd you think about
Saltburn.
that?
Have you guys seen or heard about it?
I haven't. Yet.
I know the part.
I've seen it.
You seen it? You get to see Barry Keoghan's cock.
Let's go.
He dances. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
You're
sorry.
good.
He dances around naked, and that's how the movie ends.
That's fun. I heard Timmy had like a Saltburn party, or he went to some sort of Saltburn party.
He said that on Prograde.
Yeah.
think.
So I don't know. I think I only heard you talk about it, and you were like, I was like, I kind of want to see that, and you're all like,
I don't know. It had like potential, I think, to be like a pretty cool movie.
sure, yeah.
And then it just gets like, I don't know. It's like the movie gets like too horny. Like
Okay.
almost. It becomes more about like that rather than I'd say an interesting sort of concept or
Okay,
story.
Yeah.
I feel like I was curious the whole time. It kept me engaged, but I never thought it was a good movie. Like, I don't know. It was like this weird
Not
thing.
even good.
Like, it was really well shot, and all the actors are really good. But like,
Just the script, kind of.
yeah. I don't know, and especially once it gets to the end, it's kind of one of those things where, it just like it's flashing back and it's revealing all this stuff, twist.
Mm.
It was
twist,
bad though. It was really bad the way I felt. It was like what the fuck? This is like
Sure, yeah.
you spent money on this like aspect of it. It didn't make. There's a part where they tie things together and it was just so choppy. I felt
Damn. Yeah.
like the part where he's on the computer.
Yeah, I love. It's so funny though, like when just to think about it. But I don't know. It's difficult. I don't know. I just because at the same time, I feel like it was pretty popular with a certain demographic of people.
It seemed like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Film cooks.
Like 17-year-old.
Who did Gabe? Did Gabe see that movie?
I don't know. That'd be funny to see Gabe react to it though.
So that's the part that's just interesting to see. Honestly, more than anything, when I was going in and watching something like that, it it was more just like that, almost like forensically, like, all right, well, this is still a movie that's popular and sold. And honestly, if you're trying to make a movie and you pitch it in a certain way, you're probably more likely to get it made, even if you don't really like it or whatever, because that's what sells. Or that's what the appetite is there for. Because then I also saw the Sydney Sweeney movie,
Anyone But You.
Yeah, I saw Anyone But You, and that one, in a similar, it's just like a rom-com, but I feel like, you know, it was a Sony movie. It had a theatrical release. But if it was a Netflix movie, it would be #1 on Netflix. Like, everyone would be talking about it. Everyone would see it. No one, people saw it, but, you know, it wasn't big or anything like that. But again, just there, like where rom-coms are, it's like, that's what you go to Netflix and Hulu and all that type of shit for. You don't go to the movies for that.
Did that movie make you laugh at all? Was it funny?
I had a couple chuckles, but it's just a rom-com. I saw it with Deja. Deja hated it. She didn't like it at all. She said it felt like something you would see at Spring Flicks.
That's harsh. Yeah. In terms of comedies, I saw a meme recently, like an Instagram post. I heard Johnny talk about it, but the new TED show. I've seen people talk about it and like it's actually funny. And it's like, damn, like I haven't actually heard anybody talk about something that's been put out recently that's actually funny. It feels like a decade at least. It feels like it's been a long time since I've heard of anything come out that's funny. And that's not a movie, you know, it's a show like being streamed. But still, you know, I don't know.
That thing was your fucking cookie.
What?
You dipped your cookie in the coffee.
Oh!
I asked you if I could dip my cookie.
I know.
Wait, what
I
kind of
did.
cookie did you have?
The soft one.
It was just a soft like M&M
that
one.
tan.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry.
Those cookies are good.
I thought
though.
I thought it was too, but you said like it felt like gum, so I was like, a cookie can't feel like gum.
It got hella
Yeah,
soft.
it got soaked up.
Is Seth MacFarlane attached to the show?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
still Ted.
What I heard is basically it's like recycled Family Guy kind of gags, but
Live
action. Yeah. So, but people are like, it hits. So,
Yeah, okay.
you know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's I haven't really thought about comedies at all, like for the past few years, and then I don't know. Suddenly this past month, I'm like, man, what happened to comedy? Like just funny movies. I haven't seen like I don't know. Like that whole like Seth Rogen. Remember when Seth Rogen, like that whole era of movies?
Oh, the Judd Apatow.
Yeah,
era?
just like that whole era of movies just died around
Like 2010s?
Yeah.
After the interview,
Yeah, pretty much. Interviews.
once there's threat of World War III.
Did you guys see Borat 2?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No,
That one was
no.
that one was pretty funny.
It had some cool pranks for the
It
time.
wasn't like, you know, like I don't know. I was watching it. I didn't feel like it was great. Besides, the ending was kind of cool.
where
Were
like
you with Rudy?
Yeah. What's his name?
Rudy Giuliani or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
like
the thing looked really realistic.
Yeah.
The do you guys like the first one?
Yeah, I love the first one.
First one's really
I love
funny.
it so much. Just seeing the second one, it's like, I don't know. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
Are the Oscars this weekend?
I think so,
I don't know.
but I haven't really paid too much attention to it.
I was trying to see a movie recently that I left at. I think the last movie I left at really hard was Police Story.
Yeah, Police Story is actually fucking funny as shit, dude. I really want to see Bruno. I haven't seen that one yet.
Bruno.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's one where he has all I've seen is like the one line where he's like, "That's so pre 9/11 or whatever, or the post. I think it's pre 9/11 or whatever however that joke goes. I guess nobody likes that joke.
9/11's not funny, bro. I've been watching these documentaries. I forget the name of the director, but he just makes these nature documentaries about animals. So I watched one about the Australian cane toads. It was really good, really. And then he did one about chickens.
Let's go.
But like what I appreciate about it is that like he tackles it from all angles. So he you know, there's segments with people who have chickens just as domestic pets, people who raise chickens to be slaughtered, people who just hate chickens, people who are neighbors with chicken farmers because the roosters are clucking every morning and kind of, you know, ruining their day-to-day life. And I just started this one he did about rats in New York City, which is pretty cool. I like it too because like it's just pretty fun, like well made. Like at least the rat one, there's parts where it's like supposed to be the rat's POV doing stuff. And the thing is too, all these interviews they have with real people, he gets the real people to recreate whatever their experience is with the animal. So like this one in the rat, it's like this guy and girl, and they're sleeping, and then like I guess this rat like fell from the ceiling into their bed and shit. But they recreated it. It was nice. It was fun, and yeah, stay tuned for the next non-screen tongue viewing party for Freddy Got Fingered. Soon to be hitting.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Soon to be hitting the Criterion Channel.
That's gonna be fucking
Jack
sick.
was raving about it yesterday.
Was he really?
Yeah,
Fuck
he was so
yeah.
hyped. He called me up. He's like, Anthony, I need to see you right now.
Yeah. Fucking.
We got Damon in the chat. He says, "Yo, Bruno's a classic."
What up, David?
What's good, Damon?
Have you guys seen the Dictator one?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that one.
Mhm.
I was so hyped for it, but I feel like he was just all right.
Yeah, it was
Just
alright.
all right.
He really goes for it though.
Yeah, he does.
He like
He should have been, like they're supposed to do like a Freddie Mercury movie with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That would have been interesting.
I think he looks a lot more like him too than what's his name,
Rami Malek.
Malek, yeah. I think he looks a lot more like him. I feel like in the fucking Rhapsody movie, they didn't even change his eye color.
Nah.
Like Freddie Mercury has brown eyes and Rami has blue eyes. Like
mm.
they went out of their way to do the fucking teeth. They didn't even do the eyes. I'm just like what kind? I mean, I don't know. That movie is all kinds of dog shit, anyways. But you know.
That movie, supposedly the Sacha Baron Cohen one was supposed to just be about him, but the band kept turning it down because they wanted it to be about them as well.
Really?
Yeah, like they just kept going like the script's too much about Freddie, bro.
Oh yeah.
What if it was about Queen?
Right. I heard it was also like he wanted it to be a bit more like raunchy or
Yeah.
something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the way it would have been though.
Sacha
I
Baron
think, yeah,
Cohen, he would have like just had gay sex for the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was like anyways. Like some of the parties that Freddie Mercury threw were just like crazy. Like he had midgets and like meat.
It was like an
meat
edgelord
platters.
event.
Yeah, basically it was an
Meat
edgelord event.
platters?
Like he had like all kinds of meat platters
Like
and like
charcuterie?
inside the food was like midgets.
What?
I'm dead ass. And it was like people were. It's like and people are like come all dressed up and shit like that. And he's obviously all dressed up, and it's just like pretty crazy. I'm sure that's more the angle I feel like he was trying to go for, because he did have like a genuinely crazy party life.
I remember when like I heard Bohemian Rhapsody was rated PG-13. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it should be
Like-
R at least.
Mm-hmm. There's so
I
much
wanna
stuff.
see the gay sex.
There's so much stuff you just gotta like glance over
Yeah.
to get that.
Yeah.
But it'll make more money probably.
I want to
Yeah.
say I didn't see Saltburn, but I saw the director had made a comment about like what she wanted to do for her next project, and she said I would love to do a horny Jurassic Park film.
Bruh.
Let's
Oh,
go. That sounds
God.
awesome.
Her first movie
What
was
the
Promising Young Woman. You guys heard of that one?
Yeah,
With-
yeah, the one with
Carrie Mulligan?
Yeah.
Bo Burnham.
Yeah, yeah.
Bo Burnham's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the love interest.
That sounds
Mm.
awful.
Okay.
It's not too bad. It's kind of like how would you describe it? It's kind of like a revenge thriller.
Yeah.
It won
So-
the Oscar for screenplay, didn't it?
Yeah.
it did.
Wow.
Her
So-
first movie.
Holy shit.
It
Basic-
was sorry.
Basically, the Carrie Mulligan's character like gets sexually assaulted in college,
Uh-huh.
and
No,
this
her
is-
friend does
oh wait, her friend does, so now she gets revenge on
because her
like,
friend committed suicide about it.
Oh damn. It's like
Mm.
13 Reasons Why.
Damn, Anthony remembers it better than I do.
Okay.
Honestly, I wasn't halfway through. I wasn't paying attention anymore. I was like, man,
Jack hates Emerald Fennell, the director.
Mm.
Oh really?
He says that she belongs right next to the Mount Rushmore of hacks with Sam Levinson.
who else is there? Who else is there?
I don't know. I should call him and ask.
Oh, that I wonder who would you guys
Dang.
put on the other two? Like if you guys could choose for the rest of the Mount Rushmore.
Mm. Does it have to be a director? Can it be like an actor or like a writer?
Whoever.
Yeah. Can it just be? I'd put Hitler on there. Right. I mean, you kind of have to.
Or you're a Nazi?
or you're a Nazi.
Mm.
Hack directors.
Probably whoever did the Rhapsody movie, right? Who was that guy?
Bryan Singer, director of the X-Men movies, the original ones, and he also did. He
Usual-
wrote,
Oh.
or did he just direct The Usual Suspects?
I think he just directed The Usual Suspects, but he also sexually assaulted minors.
Brian Singer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
He's done now too.
He's been. That's pretty much the reason why, because he's the credited director on Bohemian Rhapsody, but I guess he left halfway through production
Mhm.
for family issues, and
So
he's never been in the limelight since.
Then-
right,
yeah.
right when all that heat was on him.
Jesus. Well, I think he deserves that.
You got to put Jeffrey Epstein up there too, otherwise
Sure.
you're a pedophile.
Yeah.
So it's Hitler and Jeff Epstein.
Next to
Yeah.
Sam Levinson.
Yeah. Bless you, bless you.
It's about it was
Who I would put
Who's the guy who did what's that movie called that you like? George Washington.
Oh, David Gordon Green.
David Gordon Green does go on that fucking
Yeah.
mountain.
Yeah.
damn.
Just for fucking Halloween ends.
I love Halloween Ends. I mean, that's probably the best
That was a crazy.
Best
wa-
Halloween.
That was a
the
crazy
greatest
watch.
horror movie of the last 30 years.
Did anybody see the? Did you see the new Exorcist movie?
Yeah, I saw
Believer?
The Exorcist
Yeah.
Believer.
Was it exactly what it looks to be in the trailer?
It's somehow worse.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
It
Sorry.
was.
You
It
paid-
actually.
you paid $11.
I didn't pay for it.
Oh.
My mom took me because she knows I like the first one a lot. But holy shit, that movie!
Hmm.
I think I've talked about it. I think I talked about it on the podcast before. It was so bad, like they didn't even watch the first movie, bro.
Damn.
They just saw like highlights and they were like,
Yeah.
yeah, we could do this.
Fuck.
That man is gonna take your Hellraiser and make it a TV show.
Bro.
They've already
For
been.
real?
Yeah, David Gordon
No
Green's attached
way.
to direct.
They've
No
been
way.
doing some like Hellraiser shit recently. I see clips of him on YouTube and I'll check him out. It's I don't know. It seems like at least what they did with those movies recently are kind of
They focus on
Not-
Pinhead a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
not as generic as I thought it would be.
Bro, they should bring back
Interesting.
Leprechaun.
Yo,
yeah.
with Warwick
Oh, yeah.
Davis.
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like I think her first role
Yo,
in like a
Really?
feature film.
Damn. What else?
Oh, I showed Jalen. Well, I watched a few movies. I showed Jalen Blade Runner for the first time.
Yeah, what you think?
I think she liked it a lot, but I think it was one of those things where she was so I mean, she can tell you about it if she's not asleep, but I think she was very focused on how it was and if he was a replicant or not. That she was like, oh, I forgot there was like a movie going on. But rewatching it, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I've always been a Harrison Ford fan. I think he's a really, really good actor, but
Yeah.
he's just a very subtle actor. Like he's like Jack Nicholson in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's like the Ryan Gosling of his
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. He's like a man's man, He really is. He's like
Do you think if they made Barbie back in like '85, do you think Harrison Ford would be in it?
It'd be Harrison Ford and Barbara Streisand.
Oh, yes.
that would be
Crazy.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then we saw American Fiction.
Oh yeah.
Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright.
We got word from Jalen on Blade Runner production design made me combust.
Whoa.
Yeah, that is one of those
Yeah.
ones.
What'd you guys think of American Fiction also?
I thought it
What?
was.
Did you see it?
Nah, I didn't
Best
see it.
picture
Kate saw it.
worthy.
I think,
5
yeah, you
Oscars
saw it.
worthy.
We talked about it a little bit.
You saw it, Kate?
I saw it.
I thought it was very. I thought it wasn't a bad movie. It was just fine.
Hmm.
And
It's a little better than mid.
it's like it's not as funny as Sorry to Bother You, and it's not as clever as Sorry to Bother You. It's not Sorry to Bother You. It's not supposed to be.
That's fucked up, Elwood.
What?
Why are you even going there?
What do you mean
Damn.
going where?
Why are you going to Sorry to Bother You?
Because it's a black surrealist film about how minorities are seen in America.
Oh, for sure.
Happy Black History Month to
For
all the
real.
film fans
Yo.
out there.
Let's go.
This one's from Elijah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
First
it's,
the Latino king, now
you're Latino king. What are you trying to move on to the next?
now he's a brother.
he's a soul, bro.
It's my next character.
Written and directed by Gabe Smith.
But yeah, no, just American Fiction. Just it has like half the movie's like a family drama that wasn't really interesting, and then the other half was like kind of funny, kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't as funny or cool as Sorry to Bother You did it.
Damn.
It's I don't know. Is it the guy who made
Did you turn
King
off the coffee
Richard?
machine, by the way?
No.
I got you.
Oh, I turned it off.
Okay.
I didn't
Oh, no, no.
unplug it though.
That's okay. No, that's good.
I think the guy who made King Richard's attached to the project though.
This is like the first thing I think he's directed.
Yeah.
But this guy wrote some stuff for Succession.
Mm.
Um,
I haven't seen Succession, but I don't think it was as good as Succession.
Jalen said Elijah collected ethnicities like Infinity Stones.
Elijah, there's gonna be a second bump on your head.
Yo.
The bump's just gonna change color. Whoa, they're pulling out the negras.
Yo.
Does that mean it's time to get into it?
It's only 12:28, Kate.
There was a moment where Elijah said Modelo.
Huh? I don't know. What?
He said Modelo Negra, but it sounded like the other word. A little bit on the podcast, I was like, I looked at you, and I was just like, oh. And we just moved on.
I see why Johnny like does it. Like it was way too easy to drink just watching this.
Oh. And then
You're saying that's a damning position right there? You wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy?
I might be suggesting something like that.
We should get Jack to switch the cameras.
I feel like he'd be just like,
Should we have camera switching guests?
that'd be kind of fun, yeah, maybe.
Dogum, literally,
Just got here.
I talked to Dogum about that, and he said that I would never want to like be right here, but I'd love to be right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wants to be a fact checker.
Yo.
Jamie.
Yeah, man. I'd be happy to have him do it.
Well, what movie are we going to start with?
Or did you watch anything else?
Nah, those are the biggest
Okay.
ones. Really quick, anything you guys want to talk about?
I watched yesterday. Rewind, fast forward.
Let's go.
That
I
was
just
really
watched
cool.
that one too, actually.
For real?
When I was in California, the Michel Gondry one.
No, Vanu.
Oh,
the-
didn't even.
yeah, the one in Jamaica?
That's Be Kind
Yeah,
Rewind.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
so sorry.
All good. You had a reference to it that I watched it, and that was really cool. I was watching like Dallas Buyers Club over the last few days, but I think the highlight of what I've watched, like over like any of the films or I don't know, maybe this whole year. Yesterday, my dad and I were going through Amazon Prime, and we found this animated film called Trump versus the Illuminati. It's like
a QAnon type of thing.
I don't even know what the fuck. I don't even know where it comes from. I don't know if it's all made in Blender or not, but it just looks like basically Trump. We only watched the first 11 minutes, but Trump is like Earth has gone into like nuclear war and all that shit, and China basically made like a DNA clone of Trump in a petri dish and sent him. They sent him to Mars, where he's been for 1,000 years.
Whoa.
And it's great. You should check it out.
It's on YouTube.
It's on Amazon Prime for free.
What? Oh, dude, that sounds awesome.
Trump
actually.
versus the Illuminati. Aleister Crowley is in it, and he's this really like skinny alien, and he's talking to like this like pyramid like cat god.
There is like a lot of ties to him and like aliens and stuff
Whoa.
too.
Yeah.
Dang, this looks crazy.
Like the gray alien, I think is like that whole visual, like the way they look, I think comes from him.
Oh, Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
that's
there's like a
interesting.
drawing
That's
or a
interesting.
painting or something.
Bruh.
That
These
looks
aliens are
fucking
buff as heck.
amazing. Holy shit.
They're gonna butt fuck Trump.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this up to the
There's just some golden parts in it, and it's just we only watched the first 11 minutes.
it's a little too bright, huh?
It was also like one of the most like insufferable things I've ever watched. Like,
Dude, that's that looks like that almost looks like the Transformers font. You know?
yeah, a little bit.
You remember, like, I always saw it at a Blockbuster, but it would be like Transmorphers, like the knockoff Transformers, and
Wasn't it based on a book?
No, that's
Animorphs.
no, it would be in the section next to like basically like the sci-fi movies like Sharknado and shit like that. Fuck yeah! What else you see?
It was. I watched Dallas Buyers Club over the course of like a few days. I like that movie.
Jeffrey just popped in. He said brunch tongue.
Jeffrey.
Crunch
What up,
tongue.
Jeffrey? Did you ask Jeffrey yet?
Oh no, not yet. I guess I should ask him right now.
Go ahead.
Jeffrey, are you free on Saturday? Now we just keep talking. We gotta
Yeah. I'm sure the last thing I watched was besides these movies. Damn. Literally the last thing I watched was just Aggro Drift.
Oh, yeah.
Please. We have 2 Aggro Drift watchers here.
Yes.
Switch the
You should talk. You should talk about it, Kate.
All right, we went to go see Aggro Drift in Los Angeles this past week. Me and Norby and Gage. Shout out to Beverly and our friend Gage. And it was awesome. It was really cool. Great experience and great movie. Everything I wanted it to be.
Yeah,
Plus a little bit more.
Did you happen to meet anyone?
Did we happen to meet anyone? We had a cameo from James Franco in the audience, and then at the very end, unallowed, I went up and shook Harmony Korine's hand.
Crazy.
Which hand? Which
It
hand
was
you do it
his
with?
our right hands. Both our right
Whoa.
hands.
Was he like in a suit though?
He
Like an
was
orange
in
suit?
no, he was in his after show get up, so he had like a green ski mask on.
Yeah.
Norby recognized him from the night before. And yeah, just all my courage, everything in me.
It was bare hand.
Barehanded.
Yeah.
I was a little surprised. I was like, he's got a mask on,
Is he a small
no
man?
gloves. He is a little bit smaller in stature than
He was kind of
Gage
small, yeah.
noted that specifically than we expected. Like Norby when they were DJing, he said, "Is he the shorter one or taller one?"
Yeah.
And he was the shorter
But
one.
man, the taller one was like he kind of had some moves and stuff like that.
Is that
but, like,
Arab music?
It might have been. Yeah, I'm not sure. But so I wasn't sure who it was. But the actual guy, so the shorter guy, Harmony Korine, when they were DJing, man, he was going fucking hard. Dude, he was like, he actually had some moves, bro. He was fucking. There's one where he'd just go like this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! But there was times where like like certain like rap songs were playing, and like I could see through his mask, he was just like mad as fuck, and he was like just super energetically like reciting the lyrics, and I was just like, damn, dude, he's the hardest person here, bro, for real. But yeah, then he'd go up on the stage and like some of the strippers would just like twerk on him and shit.
The other guy or Harmony Korine?
Harmony Korine. There are times where he just walk around like this. Oh my god. But yeah, no, it was a good
Thoughts
time.
on the movie?
Was that?
What are your thoughts on the movie?
It's like one of the one of the only movies I've seen where it's like I think genuinely, if you've played a lot of video games or like GTA, it feels like more trying to explain that, like the psychology of playing a video game than like anything else I've ever seen. You know, I mean, there's not really a lot of movies about video games, just period. But and this didn't feel like it was about video games particularly, but just like the psychology of it was just like, like in the trailer, he's like, "I am the world's greatest assassin." Like when I'm playing a video game character, that almost feels like when I'm playing, that feels like what my character's thinking. Because like like when you're playing GTA, like I'll make my guy run forever. He won't stop running ever. I'm just like constantly making him run. I'm like, I wonder what he's thinking. I wonder how tired he is. Like, are his legs in pain? But it's like he's like basically my puppet. And so it's like I'm making him do some crazy fucking shit. So it's just there's elements that felt like that. There are also parts that felt like it felt like to me there were parts that felt like they were rehearsed in Grand Theft Auto, because there were just moments where I'm like, I've done that in GTA. Like I've literally done exactly what they're doing in Grand Theft Auto 5. Like literally, I was just like, there were like 5 scenes that were like that. I'm just like, damn, he was definitely playing video games when he thought, I don't know. But
We got some chat
That was a fun
interference. Jeffrey says, "Yes, sir. Hit my line."
Oh
So
dang!
hit him up.
All right, I
Oh.
will.
for
I will.
Saturday.
let's go, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
We got some exciting.
And then we got Maddie says, "Hi, Kate." Hi, Maddie. Ian says, "Yo, what
what up,
film are
Ian?
you guys on?"
Ian, we still have your mug.
Uh oh. There might
I'll
be
bring
a,
it to
there
you
might be a
if,
nut in there. or a
No,
piece-
no,
piece of gum.
no. We have not
No,
touched this,
that-
Ian. So I haven't watched it either. I don't know. I'll bring it to you this weekend. We haven't started on any films yet.
We're on the film of life.
And the film.
Film of life. Oh dang! Even Elwood doesn't even know what's
You don't know
Saturday.
what's on Saturday?
Well,
Well, I mean, you haven't been
So
invited
you
yet.
just don't pay attention to like what's going on social media. I mean,
Guess you'll find out soon.
you just don't go on
Well,
social media. You don't read.
Sunday, it'll all make sense.
but Saturday it won't.
No, Saturday it will. Don't worry, we'll tell you.
All right.
It's not a big.
You should come though. We might need your
Are
backup.
you, are you free Saturday, like 3 p.m.?
Oh wait, are we talking about? Are we
Yes.
talking about the same?
Yes.
Bro, okay, I already knew. My bad.
Are you working Saturday?
No, I already said I was gonna be there.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Fuck yeah. I'm excited.
My bad. I knew that was happening, but you made it sound like it was something bigger than that.
What do you mean? This is the biggest thing.
It's kind of big.
Well, I thought like it was gonna be like. It doesn't matter what I thought.
Oh,
Yeah, see,
dang.
Kate didn't
Nobody
even
knows.
know.
Nobody
Yeah.
knows. Nobody knows.
Elijah, do you know?
Huh?
Do you know?
I think so.
What do you think?
Elijah knows.
It's the thing happening on Saturday.
At what time?
Hopefully the entire time.
the entire
All right, what film do you guys want to start on?
I'm down for either.
That's battle.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Want to do a coin flip?
Nah, I want to do rock, paper, scissors.
Out
Ready?
of 3? On go?
On shoot.
On shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
That was fucked.
All right, so wait. Did you do scissors?
Yeah.
Okay, so you won technically. but-
Scissors doesn't cut cum.
I mean, but you know.
Chat, you guys. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Elwood just got nutted on by Elijah.
That's funny. I was just thinking it'd be funny to like write a scene where they do rock paper scissors and like somebody just like right when it's like shoot, they just punch him in the face like super hard.
That sounds like
It
it
was
would be an
kinda
aggro
like-
I guess yeah, I don't know. Just, do it again, just proper, nice and.
Well, you
proper,
guys should do ultimate, where it's like there's all the different creatures you can.
There's
do.
like Spock
Like,
and
This is
lizard.
man. This is woman. This is snake.
All right, you ready?
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Oh no, you gotta do the. Just do classic. Just do classic.
All right,
Okay.
classic.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Oh, does that mean mine one, or does that mean I get to choose?
You get to choose.
Let's just do mine first.
All right, 2-lane blacktop.
2-lane blacktop. I bought this movie because I like the cover a lot. I thought it was gonna be like a racing movie, and my grandpa likes cars, so I was like, okay, this is like the perfect movie to watch with my grandpa. But then I haven't gotten to watch it with my grandpa yet, so I was like, I guess it's time to watch it here. It wasn't a bad movie, but it on the back of the box it says it's possibly the greatest road movie ever made. So that got me really excited to be like, oh, what the fuck? And I guess in a way, it really is a very almost realistic depiction of what it would be like to just live on the road. But doesn't necessarily mean it was super interesting either. I kind of felt very disappointed, but also not completely disappointed.
Mm.
Hmm.
There
were some cool parts, but I don't know. The whole time I was more curious. I wonder what everyone else is thinking right now.
Now it's your time to find out.
Let's go. I want to hear what Anthony has to say.
Since when do you get to pick who gets to speak?
Oh,
You just pick the
Bro,
movie.
I literally won rock paper scissors.
He's a fucking superhero.
This movie, I was definitely intrigued, and I really didn't know what it was. I didn't look up anything about it. I'll be honest, I forgot what it was. But I didn't want to ask. Because then Elijah said he's like, watch Elwood's movie. Like, all right, well, I'll find out.
I always like the title.
It's a great title.
Yeah,
That's dope.
For sure.
And you know what? I feel like in some regards, it is one of the best road movies ever made. I love how it was just kind of, to me, what it encapsulated the most is, like you said, it's just more of the environment and what the like general experience is like. Because on the road, it's very, without music especially, it's very just solitary and almost meditative. And I really appreciated just how it sort of covered the different environments, whether it was in a racing. Because really, I'll be honest, in movies, if I think there's gonna be a drag race, I just think of Fast and Furious. It's supposed to be epic like that. And this one, it wasn't really like that. Or it wasn't like the main interest of even intrigue of our characters. But I really liked like when they went to whatever that like sort of street market was with all the like the Mexican like vendors. My biggest issue though, honestly, is just with like the driver, the main actor. He was just so stiff. It was so stiff that like with a movie like this, I feel like you just need really interesting personalities to really latch on to take you to these different places.
Yeah.
And he had a really good stone cold face, but every time he talked, it would just fall super flat for me compared to everyone else. Like, it seemed like it felt real. He was the only one that really was like a sore thumb, and he's the driver, he's top billing. But yeah, I feel like I'm glad if I put it in Letterboxd, I'd probably give it a heart.
That's what's up.
Let's go.
What were you guys thinking though?
I know what Elijah was thinking.
I was dreaming, bro. For the parts that I was conscious for, I really enjoyed it. Or not like, it's like, I don't want to say it felt like meditative, but like, I guess when I think of a road movie, and especially from that time, you think of like Easy Rider, and that I feel like has a very like through line. That film makes sense. And not that this doesn't make sense, but I guess what I appreciated about it was it felt like they were traveling from like place to place when they made it, and that seems like it'd be a fun thing to kind of do. And just the stuff like the GTO looks really cool. It's nice and yellow. I guess James Taylor's performance, I guess I agree it's kind of stiff, but I almost felt like it was more stiff from like maybe like the girl and Dennis Wilson sometimes. Like the thing that was weird was almost like it felt they were just like reading a line sometimes, like that they had never seen before.
It did kind of feel like almost the director said like, "Oh, your line is we need to check the gas. Go. We need to check the gas."
Yeah, it was like it was hard to tell whether it was like not like great writing, acting, or just like the director wanted it to be that way. There's times where Dennis Wilson says something about cars, and he'll say it kind of like rapid, and it was, I don't know. It just felt weird, I guess, but I think overall I enjoyed it. I wish there was more of a solid pace to what was happening. Like it was pretty like it's I think 100 minutes, and it felt like it might have been 120 minutes at times.
It's like as a kid when you try to count a minute, it feels like forever.
Yeah. I guess the girl that played the hitchhiker, she was in Annie Hall. She's Paul Simon's girlfriend in Annie Hall.
I don't remember her.
She like killed herself like around like Annie Hall time though.
Whoa.
She was only like in 3 movies.
Damn.
And this was one of them.
She's like James Dean.
A little bit. She was 25.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy.
What did you think?
I think more than anything, it immediately brought back memories of like working with car guys, like just car people, and especially older car people. Like Don and this other guy named Dana. They just like they had stories that just kind of reminded me of that. Where it's like, oh, we went to this one drag race, and I was talking to this one guy, and like this and that, and it's just like it just has like a very like a I don't know. It felt like just a very American sort of old story, you know, or not really even a story, just like an old American sort of myth. Yeah, a myth, and like just a reality and like characters and people. Like one thing about car guys, like a lot of them are just like very like STEM brained for like definitely, and you know some are more, you know, I guess for you know I guess on the spectrum than others, you know, and they just the way they perceive the world is very different. You know, it is a bit more like I guess not really black and white, but like a lot more, you know, just they mechanical, you know, like really just mechanical is a good way to put it. And so this almost reminds me of like how like like a lot of boomers will like pretend like they're like Clint Eastwood, you know, they have that sort of mindset where it's like, I'm gonna stop this guy from doing graffiti with my gun, you know. And this just kind of reminds me of that, but for like car guys. I could see car people really liking this if it weren't for the fact that it wasn't like an actual story. Like it's like paced like more of a slice of life type of thing. Like I could see some car guys really liking this, but like a very small amount. Like I think somebody who really appreciates like minimalism and like more of like a just experiencing the culture and like seeing the cars and stuff like that. Like I could see them watching it just for the cars.
What would John say about it?
John would probably be like I don't know. He'd probably be like, this is real. You know,
if he stayed awake, I feel like he would go to sleep.
He'd be like, "That car's so beautiful."
I guess I have 2 more questions.
Yeah.
The guy that worked at your place, Dana, did he have a big belly?
No, that was Don.
What Dana look like?
Dana looked like a goat, like a fawn.
Like from Narnia.
Yeah, like an old goat. Me and CJ were always like, imagine he takes off his pants and he's just got hairy ass legs with hooves. He was always walking around just like, he's like, my wife's on a bunch of medication right now and I've got arthritis. And it was like, me and CJ are like, dude, he took like 2 shots before he came into work today just to deal with the pain.
Okay.
He was like, like yay tall.
Gotcha.
Goatee. He just comes in. He'd always come up to me. He was a dickhead to everybody else, but he'd come to me. He's like, Norby, you're a wonderful kid, man. Like, man, it's great. And your mom's from Spain. And I was like, she's not from Spain. He was like, Spain's a wonderful place. And then he'd walk away.
I guess, okay, my other question was, like, what'd you think about, like, Dennis Wilson and the way he, like, kind of was as a character with, like, being a mechanic and the way he talked about it?
It seemed real.
Really?
Like, just, like, even everybody who came up and looked at the cars, I'm like, that's real. Like, I've seen that.
Loved the one when he's talking to the guy with the green car and they race.
Mhm.
That one, I love that interaction. That was
Yeah.
just the way they talked about it.
Yeah. Well, even just like they talk a lot about carburetors, and that's like that's an old car thing. Like now they have like fuel injection, which is supposed to be a lot easier to work with. Like I were talking to mechanics about carburetors, and like it's kind of tricky. Like there's like an art behind tuning a carburetor and stuff. But I don't know. Yeah, it's like just drag racing too is like super American. You know, like I don't see other countries really doing much with drag racing. At least to the degree that we do it.
Don't have open roads like us.
Yeah.
It kind of, the more I think about it, it kind of reminds me of the Brown Bunny. I wonder if
A little bit.
Huh.
Yeah.
at all, like, it was in his mind.
I can see that. Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of, like, the 60s parts in American pop. Just like that general idea of, like, it seemed back then like a lot of kind of like those rock and roll hippie people might have just wandered from place to place.
Yeah.
And I feel like there were parts like they captured some of those parts really well.
Even just like hitchhiker culture, like just how simple it was. But like it's interesting too, because like I forget the guy who has the GTO, like he picks up every single hitchhiker he sees. Like it's like
he just wants to yap.
I know. And it's in a sense the movie to me kind of also feels almost like a response to Easy Rider. Like it's not always about partying. Like some of these guys, maybe it's just like they can't function in regular society in a sense.
Was there anything that explained kind of how they got their money? Was it just from like winning in the races and stuff?
That's what I assumed.
yeah.
Okay.
Even like at the end when they're asking about the car and they're like, how fast does it go? He's like, well, how bad you want to find out? He's like, $50. He's like, how about 100?
There were parts of like the way they treated the main characters, like there's sort of like a stoicness to them, and I'm just like, I can kind of see that, but that does feel a bit kind of like,
like fantasy,
fantasy-esque.
It was like Initial D.
Yeah, like Initial D or like Drive and like Clint Eastwood type. Like you can tell they just want to make him seem like stoic badasses, and they don't care. They don't give a shit about the one girl. They just care about cars.
Yeah, like when they get in the car, they don't even acknowledge her. They just drive off.
Yeah.
And then she's like massaging them.
yeah, right away.
And then she's like, can I sit? Like, you guys put me in the back with all the tools. And he's just like, he doesn't give a shit.
Isn't there a part where she like comes up and tries to talk to him, and they're just talking about like the carburetor or something? Just like,
the guy comes into the diner and they don't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I kind of wish there was more car talk though, like just more like.
Yeah, me too.
Because I feel like a lot of the time when it was brought up, it really, I felt like Dennis Wilson's most of his fucking dialogue was just, I need to check this, I need to check that.
Yeah, I need to check the valves.
But honestly, I wish that I wish I got to see more of interaction with like the car like cultures and stuff like that. Because you got to see it, but I wish that. Honestly, the whole movie was just so wide. I wish it got closer sometimes, like just with the people.
The best way I could describe sort of that culture is like basically us, but with cars. It's like every time I hear car people talking, it's like just like I don't really understand that. That's like alien talk right now. Like they're just throwing out a bunch of numbers. Like, oh, that's a 353. And it was like, yeah. What kind of block is this?
It was always funny though, because like sometimes it would just cut to them. There'd be no audio, and it would just be them like pretending to talk about it, just pointing and shit.
Yeah. It would be kind of cool to see. it would have been kind of nice to see more of just like them talking about the engine and stuff like that. It's almost the movie almost like makes you assumes that you know, like it feels like it is kind of like for car guys, in that regard. Like I can't see anybody really understanding this movie besides those people specifically, and people who are like on the road and like going to races, like just small not even like big races, just like small little races. And I don't know. It's I can't see this movie being entertaining to like really most people at all.
I feel like it might be more entertaining if you're high.
I think
at first, but then I feel like I get tired.
It just would have been too much.
I feel like this is like one of those movies where it's like you're watching it and you're thinking, you're like thinking. I don't know. It's like I don't know. When you're high and you're watching a movie and you're just like thinking the whole time.
Yeah,
that was a great movie.
This would be a great. This is a drinking game movie if it's on 2x speed.
Well, for me, my biggest issue is honestly like with like the last third or whatever, because like really it's like the whatever the race is or whatever, but then it just kind of it just wanders and wanders until you eventually get to the end of it, and I think that's where it kind of lost me honestly. And it's not even like I wanted it to like to be fulfilled or like the story wise, but like there was no other intrigue. Like it was like. And I appreciated that about it. Like that's just how these people came into that guy came into their life and how things kind of intertwine and go out. But then it's just like I don't know. And that's where I appreciate the ending though, where it's just like kind of the film burns. It's like this is just what it is.
I did like how there was like it was trying to, not really trying to, but like it alluded to like, all right, here's like where the story begins. Like it's this race, and they're gonna go like do like a cannonball type of run, and then it just doesn't, it just like, it's kind of just more about how life gets in the way of that almost, like how it gets in the way of like cinema. But I do feel like the ending with like the girl going, like, leaving, like to me that felt like I could kind of, I know they're not guys who really give a shit, but like he actually cared for a moment. He went to
go look for her.
He had a graduate moment where he was just like, he's like we passed him. I don't know why he let him drive by 5 miles.
We passed him 5 miles back.
Finally, he's like, he was just fucking with him, bro. Just like we passed him 5 miles ago, dumbass.
I do kind of wish that the movie didn't almost like, because the whole movie doesn't really have a story until like the last third. It leans into the story that we loosely were following the whole time. I didn't really appreciate that. Basically, the girl was the thing that drove the ending.
Yeah.
Especially because it's like they didn't even talk.
Yeah.
He just taught her stick one time.
You can't do this.
But I think my if I could edit this movie where it's just the car parts, I think my grandpa would love this movie.
Yeah, definitely.
It definitely feels like a car person movie. It feels, I don't know, because I like watching these movies with my grandpa because a lot of it's just like he's like, oh, my friend had a Chevy. Or like, oh, that GTO, I remember when that came out.
Yeah.
And I asked him like, what'd you think of it? And he's like, I never had one.
Yeah, this is like, especially when those drag racing parts, I could see like some car guys just going, just like
they're into it.
Yeah, they're into it. Yeah.
But
it's like like when your dad watches football or something, like he's they're into
he's
it.
happy.
Yeah. It depends on the car guy though, like especially the newer car guys, like nowadays, like a lot of them, there's a lot of just like, it's very different now.
No, it's definitely like an old car guy movie.
This is like, I could see Dana and Don watching this and being like, that was boring, but like what a beautiful car. Like,
I what I appreciated about it, like especially in comparison to something like Easy Rider or of that era, is how it was shot. Felt a lot more documentary-esque. Like there's this one shot when like the sun is rising, or a lot of times to me, I just felt like I was in the car with them. The way it was, they had the camera stationed. It reminded me when we were watching Pusher.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Because it was literally like right here on them, but yeah, it was super probably 16 millimeters, super grainy, super rough.
Did you like when like it'd be very dark in the car and you could kind of barely see him?
Yeah.
Did you?
when Harry Dean Stanton
Yeah,
gets
that's
kicked out of the
what
car.
I
Yup. And
he
he
puts his hand on his leg.
he's like, I told you if you keep touching me, I was gonna kick you out. Now I'm gonna kick you out. He's like, man, I didn't know.
I'm not going anywhere.
You can't leave me out right here. It's raining. That was a good surprise when he came up.
That was funny.
Yeah,
That was
that
funny
was
as
In the credits, he's titled. He's credited HD.
Stanton.
Stanton. Yo.
Nice.
I liked the car a lot. I liked the Chevy a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Even just how like it kind of adds to like I guess how stoic they are, where the car's not even painted. Like it's all just the what's that shit called, the primer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Primer. Is it primer though? I mean,
Well, I don't even. It's like there's no paint on
just be
it.
gray.
There's no paint on it, bro.
That's the design, bro. Cloudy.
It's like a Kanye car.
Yeah.
Yeezy. Yeezy
But
Chevy.
I like the car. It felt very much just like I think it helped with the
Bless you.
stoicness because it is a heavy ass car. Like, and that's kind of the explanation for why they don't like race a lot when like people try and like race them just when they're driving.
Mm.
It's like it's too heavy. It's not worth like even the gas to race them like that.
Mm.
But I don't know, just such a beautiful car. They
Yeah.
were both beautiful cars. I didn't really like the GTO that much, but the other car I was like, man, bro. Now that's a fucking. It felt like a man's car, like
Yeah.
like in that kind of way. But how did you guys feel that the characters' names
Bless
were
you.
driver and mechanic? Driver, mechanic, girl.
Kind of reminded me of like what's the name? Bresson. Robert Bresson. Feels like something he would do.
Mm.
But like, and see,
Huh.
that would work. I feel like if anything, he just leaned into maybe whoever they were personality wise.
As characters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, James Taylor is such a.
He just sits there and stares.
And the thing is, at one point I was like, I wonder what he's thinking about. But then after a while, I was like, I don't even care what he's thinking about.
Yeah.
He's not thinking.
I think the thing about those characters too is I feel like car guys want to be them so bad, like so badly. Like Don would tell me so many stories where like it's like shit like this where it's like he's a stoic badass, but like, dude, then why are you yapping so much? Right now? Why are you-
They end up being like the GTO guy.
yeah, exactly. They're like you're telling me you're like spinning me all these tales right now, bro. Like of your glory days.
That's what my grandpa feels like
Dude.
a lot of the time.
And he had a fuckload of just pictures of just like this one time he went to a fucking topless festival. Just like in his toolbox. He was
To
just like
always
he was like don't show anybody this, but I'm gonna show you.
Don't tell my wife.
And it was just like him there. It was just like, it was kind of awkward looking at the pictures. He was a funny guy.
Does he just show you and he like look at you looking at them?
Yeah. Basically, he would nod. He was like, you want to look at these pictures?
That's a good one, isn't it?
I
He's
took
telling me all
that
about it. I
one.
was like, oh my god, some of the woman there. And it was like he was married at the time and shit too. He was like, why are you there? But I think
Oh, he
he's
was
got-
older. It was like
he-
recent.
It was like probably sometime in the past 15, 20 years or so. But like I don't know, he's got issues with his wife. He's just like sometimes I just don't understand her. Like I just think she doesn't love me anymore. And you know what? You know, just blah 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 blah. And it's just like, you know, I do this and that for her, and
What do you say in these moments?
I just go like, yeah.
That's cool.
No, that's too bad.
Bro, that's what happened in the movie when he's like, I used to be a TV producer, and he's like, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's not my problem.
Yeah.
I did kind of like how like that the GTO guy would just like make up shit. It felt like he was like it felt like he was trying.
Yeah.
Just trying too hard, I guess.
Elwood's soul animal. Spirit animal. My bad.
GTO guy.
Not the GTO guy, bro. Dennis Wilson was
He
so
had gloves. He had driver's gloves. He's-
Yeah.
He was a poser, bro.
He
Then
had
the other
super-
guys are like, they didn't have the AC or heater in there because it made the
Yeah.
car go slower.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, too
makes it
heavy.
slower. Oh yeah,
But that's how a lot of racing cars are. Like it's just
Mhm.
totally gutted.
yeah.
The
Mm.
interior, they have roll cages. Like even the hood coming up, like that's a racing car thing. What's that? They have a roll cage inside. Like you know when you see like
The
the metal
bars.
bars. So if the car flips over, it won't. You know the ceiling won't collapse and like crush you. It'll kind of keep it all intact.
Mm.
Death proof.
Yeah, death proof. Yeah.
I like
Was that? Yeah, it's not death proof, but you know, like in the movie Death Proof.
I liked the part when they opened the guy was like, where's the gas tank? And they opened the trunk. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he tries to make small talk. He's like, it's a Chevy. Oh, nice.
I want to see if this movie made any money.
Probably not. Or it
I
might
feel
have
it,
at the time.
I feel like the thing about having James Taylor and Dennis Wilson is like it just gets people to want to watch it.
especially in 71. This,
Mhm.
this. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, keep going, keep going.
I was gonna say I do like that it showed car culture in like I guess the Midwest sort of area. Just because I feel like a lot of the movies I've seen from that era that show car culture mostly like California,
Sure. Yeah.
more more West Coast.
Sure.
But it definitely is interesting. It's a lot more. It's like dirtier. It's definitely like
More
I could
race.
see how it could become like what it is today, where it's just like the what's the thing called when they like just smash into each other? The roller derbies? Not roller derby, but I don't know. It definitely made me. Those people definitely like use their cars, but in California, the cars are more for show, and in a
Definitely,
lot of
yeah.
the movies for
Yeah.
sure. What were you gonna say, Elijah?
I was gonna say this movie might have been an MK Ultra project.
No fucking way.
I don't know. Dennis Wilson's sort of tied to MK Ultra.
Oh,
Really?
dang.
Yeah.
In what way?
What do you know?
He's one of the guys that got lured in.
Well, basically, like, there's like kind of a. You could argue like Dennis Wilson's like the reason like Charlie Manson might have known where like Sharon Tate lived.
Oh shit.
Like he picked up Charlie Manson as like a hitchhiker, and then took him back to his house, and they would just have like orgies at like Dennis Wilson's house.
Jesus.
And like Charlie Manson would give like all the girls like acid and stuff,
Mm.
and then take him back out to like the Spawn Ranch. And Dennis Wilson obviously like he knew all these like famous people because of like the Beach Boys and stuff. So they would like go to like Roman Polanski's house.
Damn.
I don't know.
Whoa. So right now, the whole time they're quiet because he's fighting demons.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
He's thinking about it.
Probably.
What year did Sharon Tate get murdered?
1969.
Oh, so he's probably thinking about it.
This would have been made like probably sometime in the mid 1970.
Mm-hmm.
This came out
71.
But
Yeah.
summer of 70. Summer of 70. What a time.
That's crazy. When did Charles Manson get like arrested? Like when did he get caught?
So, probably like 3 months after she got murdered. So like the way they would put it in the news was like they didn't know who did it, and then they got him in like it happened in like August, and then they got him in like November, and then I don't know how long the trial was done. Sometime by like end of 1970 or 1971. But the crazy thing is the police like knew who Charlie Manson was like even before the murders happened. Or well, there's evidence. I don't know.
Yeah, no, probably during the filming of this movie, Dennis Wilson, all he thought about was, damn, how am I gonna get my friend out of jail?
Do you guys like the Beach Boys?
Some other stuff. I
For
like
sure.
that God
If
only knows.
everybody had a notion.
Across the USA. Have you guys seen Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
You haven't?
I don't think
No.
I've
Yes,
I've
of
seen
course.
You
bits of
get
it.
it, bro.
He's on the van.
Yeah, he's on the van when they play that song. He's like,
Oh yeah.
turn that shit up. And he does like a handstand on the van when he's a wolf. And everyone's like, oh my god.
And then there's Teen Wolf 2, TOO, with Jason Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
He's a boxer.
wow.
And aren't they in England? Or
He's in
it's
college.
yeah, like a prestigious school. I like that one too as a kid.
Me too. I liked him. I liked him a lot.
I need to go piss real bad.
Uh-oh.
But it's 105. Do you guys or 107 now? Do you guys want to move on in like
Yeah.
a few minutes?
I guess we'll marinate on our ratings while
Yeah.
you
I'll
Marinate.
Drain the
say-
main vein.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll marinate mine.
What?
Wait, Kate, what did you think of the movie?
Honestly, I had a really hard time paying attention to the first part of it until I realized what it was gonna be about. I was like trying to. I was like, yeah, they have a hitchhiker, but every time they stopped somewhere and tried to fix the car, I couldn't hear like what they were saying. Or maybe I couldn't. It's not that I couldn't hear it, but I just wasn't processing what they were saying. But once it got into the main story between our GTO driver and our Chevy drivers, I was pretty engaged and I liked that part a lot. The hitchhiking girl was interesting. I would say it reminded me of a character I saw recently. Oh, maybe like the I just saw Natural Born Killers. I guess she kind of reminded me of the girl just 'cause she was like kind of down for whatever. She was just like getting in everybody's car and doing everybody like, it's kind of weird. I liked it, but I do wish I probably would go back to watch the beginning again and try to understand it a bit better. But I've recently been really liking those middle America movies, going through places I've never seen before. It's cool.
Very green.
Yeah.
Green.
And flat.
Flat. That's something we out here we don't know nothing about.
All I know is curves. What are they saying in the chat?
Nothing.
Damn.
Jack.
Who's still in there?
They fell
How
asleep.
many viewers we got?
We got 2 on YouTube, and I don't know where to see it on Twitch.
Surfing US.
I can't tell.
If you
1
can't,
viewer. Okay,
let's
we have
go.
3 viewers. 3 viewers. Tap in.
but even then,
Yo.
you gotta minus 2 of them because you're also watching.
Oh.
Right. You see the cat over here?
Come on.
Oh, am I one of the viewers?
So we got 1 viewer.
Hacked.
And it's probably Jalen. She's probably asleep.
What are the special features on there, Elwood?
It's got a lot of special features. It's got let's see. It's got interviews with the director, James Taylor, Chris Christopherson, Michael Laughlin, and Walter Coblins. It's got rare screen test outtakes. It's got a making of documentary. It's got some photos and publicity material from the film and the original trailer. It's definitely a cool movie. It's a cool idea, and the name's just so cool. The name's so fucking badass. 2 Lane Blacktop. Man.
That feeling. It's just like,
It would be interesting to remake it with you and Gage.
In the Kia?
Yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes when someone says Gage, I just think of Corbin.
No.
I don't know why.
Bro, what if we remade it with Corbin and Gabe and then
Yeah.
Gabe's sister?
Then
And then
the part where it, like, he goes to the motel would be Gabe.
yeah. You know, Gabe, I'm trying to imagine him saying the lines like, "We need to check the carburetor.
Yeah.
Pull over."
But what's do you guys have any regrets of picks you guys made?
Like ever?
Yeah.
No Justice episode.
Let me think for a second.
Oh, and for a while you were saying that you weren't really, maybe you wouldn't regret them, but you were, like, your picks were all ones you hadn't seen, and right?
Is
Yeah.
biting you in the butt.
Sometimes. This one, I think, I'm glad that you guys, like, enjoyed it and stuff like that. I think I'd probably enjoy it more if I watched it with my grandpa. Or even just a second viewing. I think maybe the first 10 minutes or so, I was like, probably like an hour in, I was like, this would have been a better movie to watch by myself. Sorry to Bother You would be so great right now with everyone. But, trying to think a movie I don't think I really regret a movie.
I remember, like, when we first started, I recommended The Leopard. I think on the episode you were on.
Yeah.
And not that that's a bad movie, but I don't know. It was just not hype. Like,
Yeah, I felt like I wasn't old enough to watch it. yet.
yeah.
I haven't I've owned it for like multiple years, but I just have never felt compelled to watch it ever.
I wanted to watch it because of the fucking dance scene, but you got to wait like 10 hours before you get there. And it's a crazy movie. It's like really, it is incredible. And in some sense, but
Did you recommend Hard to Be a God?
yeah,
That was a great one though.
that one was long, but it was really cool.
We used to do some hefty ones like that. Yeah. We gotta do the Decalogue.
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ.
After that, we gotta do Alexander Berlin.
And then Satantango.
Yo, he has a movie coming to the Criterion.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this leopard movie. Do you know which year it was?
1963, I
oh
think,
my god.
or
Okay.
62.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think it won the Palme d'Or, so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's got to be.
Martin Scorsese said it's his favorite movie of all time.
Why'd you
Yeah,
say-
there's that stuff
Did you?
too.
Why'd you say you felt like you weren't old enough for it?
Because I just felt like I had to like, I needed to be like, I need more wisdom. Like I feel like I need just more time to myself to like connect with the things that was going on there. Because like he's trying to connect with like there's this marriage stuff, his family. Like he had a daughter, and then all of it too within like the stature of or like the status of himself as a aristocrat in that time. I just felt like I was a jit. I couldn't be a jit watching it. You know what I mean?
You gotta be a G to watch it, an OG.
Mhm.
Yeah, some type of old time.
I remember, I don't know, Last House on the Left was cool, but I wish it was a little.
the Wes Craven one.
Yeah.
Is there a movie that you regretted?
I don't necessarily regret it, but I remember when we did the first Park Chan-wook one, JSA, Joint Security Area.
Oh.
It was cool, but I also saw Save the Green Planet at that time too. Like, damn, I should have recommended this one.
Insane. I'm trying to see what we've recommended.
I remember the it was cool to do zombie movies, but I'm not a huge fan of zombie movies, I guess.
Which,
Just-
Oh,
We did
that's
Shaun of the Dead.
Night
the
of
Dead
the Living
Don't Die.
Dead.
Oh, we did
Die.
a zombie themed one.
Yeah.
What?
No,
Yeah, you weren't at that one,
You
I
had to
don't
go to
think.
dinner with your
Yeah.
dad,
Dang.
but you had sent us a voice message of
I
your
remember,
thoughts.
yeah, I called in.
I might regret that Dead Don't Die, but also I don't regret it because I felt like it was on theme for like the rest of the episode.
I think it was a good pick. There was a lot to talk about.
Wait,
with
it
that
was Dead Don't Die, Shaun of the Dead.
one. And then Night of the Living Dead.
Night of
Oh,
the
and
Living
Night
Dead.
of the Living Dead. Okay.
Man, that movie was pretty good.
All right. Well, is it time?
Yeah.
You feel drained? Is your main vein drained?
Yeah, and a little bit more.
Oh, dang.
That
Really?
coffee really crept up on me all of a
Uh-oh.
sudden. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get rid of this.
No, but you gotta add to the playlist. It's not up to date.
Playlist?
It
Oh,
stops
yeah.
at 29.
Yeah, I know it's not up to date.
We gotta update all the playlists, the shorts one, all
Mhm.
of that.
Let's see.
I would give 2-lane Blacktop a 1.4. Actually, a 1.04. Actually, a 1.24 out of 2. I think it definitely. I'm glad it's in the Criterion collection. I
Mhm.
feel like it belongs in there for sure.
Yeah.
And I appreciate like this. Honestly, these are the movies I want Criterion to be putting in the collection.
Mm.
Say more than Anatomy of a Fall or whatever.
Yeah.
A really cool name. I do kind of wish it was like a little bit more interesting with the characters, or at least just have more character in it. But what?
Can you ask Jalen why she stopped watching?
No, I think she's asleep.
call her.
It went from 2 to 1, and I think we're both on one each.
Ouch.
Oh wait, let me finish my rating, then I'll call her.
Sure, sorry.
But overall, I do enjoy it. I'll probably like it more on like a rewatch or two. I'm glad I own it. I don't regret buying it. I don't regret really recommending it. I do kind of regret recommending it more just 'cause I was like, damn, it's kind of like. I think it's more like I regret watching it with everyone. It would have been funnier if we watched Sorry to Bother You together. Just a better time. This feels very much a movie that's more of like a contemplative movie by yourself. But overall, I give it out of 40 bubbles, This gets a 26.3. Go ahead.
I had to sneeze.
I give it a 7 out of 10. Not really for any entertainment. I would not watch this for entertainment at all. But I think as a time capsule of not only that where they were, but just what car people were like, and I just like some of the sensibilities and maybe what they looked up to and what they wanted out of not only cars but just exploring. I think it did a good job at capturing what to me felt maybe not entirely realistic, but just something that was striving for that. So I really appreciate that.
I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. I think I'd want to rewatch it again someday. It'd be cool to almost watch it with like some music from like the Grateful Dead or like some psychedelic music or something.
We should jam to it.
Yeah, just have it on.
Official channel verified says it's no Repo Man.
It certainly is not Repo Man. I'll say that much.
Who said that?
Official channel verified
Whoa.
says that.
What's up, dude? You fuck with Repo Man? I got a Repo Man shirt upstairs, bro.
It glows in the dark.
It do glow in the dark. Okay. So sorry to bother you next.
Yeah. This is crazy, bro.
Did I miss Anthony and Elijah's readings?
I guess you must
You
have.
might have. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll just watch it later.
Yeah.
Did you fall asleep?
No.
Oh,
It'll
on
be
speaker.
posted in
Well, no,
IG within
don't
the
worry,
next 6 months.
I wasn't even like telling you. It was more like Kate was upset that you weren't watching anymore.
No, I wasn't upset with her. I was just sad.
Oh.
Official channel verified
Oh,
says
okay, official.
based.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh,
This is crazy, bro. On here it says the movie's 100 minutes and it's 110 minutes.
That's
Oh my god.
that's not
That's
right.
a lie. But yeah, I'm the one who recommended the Lit movie.
sorry to bother you. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The main reason I recommended it is like the second to last week I was working at the call center. Somebody said that and I'm like, whoa. Like I remember that movie. I remember it having more to do with the calls, or at least it felt like there were more. But yeah, I wanted to see it again, mainly just to see how much it compared to the call center. And it actually is like kind of not like it at all. It's a lot different. But there are still like some things that's like, oh yeah, that's kind of what it was. But I saw this movie before COVID, I think, and I didn't really remember too much about it except for the horses and it being in Oakland. But rewatching it again, it's a really funny movie. It would be cool to watch it with a lot of people, but it still like plays well like on its own. Good pacing. It doesn't really feel slow at any point, and a pretty cool story too. It reminds me a little bit of Under the Silver Lake in terms.
Yeah, I got that too.
It just
Paranoia.
goes, yeah, and it leads to just like some crazy sort of shit. And Armie Hammer's character is really interesting. I didn't know I don't know, the eating people stuff.
Right before he got canceled.
Yeah. So, but
What a way to go out.
yeah, I'm glad I recommended it. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
You get to choose who goes next.
Norby.
Yeah, I also watched it before COVID. I remember this is around the time that Johnny and I would like just be in my room and we would just watch movies.
Whoa.
Like one time I fell asleep and he watched You Were Never Really Here all by himself. And literally the morning he's like, Norby, you have to watch this movie. Yeah, like I stayed up all night, dude. This movie's amazing. I watched it with headphones and I could hear him. I can hear him crush the jelly bean. And it's just like, dude, it's like, all right. But this is about that same time when we watched it. And Johnny fell asleep for that one. So we're watching, he falls asleep. And then, when the horse part hits, I was just like, Johnny, wake up. And he didn't wake up. But it was just like, I think to this day he still hasn't seen the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie. There's a few things. The main thing I think I kind of don't like about it is how like the world is like a bit on the nose in like a goofy way, Like I understand it. I understand it, but it's just like, you know what they're going for. But it's just like, I don't know. It's a bit. I guess I didn't appreciate that aspect as much, but everything else about it's really funny. Like I remember the horse part, obviously. Like you can't not remember the horse part, and then the white voice part.
Yeah.
The white voice thing was just so funny. But it's also, you know, I feel like in terms of, you know, I'm not black.
But
in terms
looks
of
like you like black women.
yeah. Did I tell you about that, Owen?
No.
I was doing this gig on Saturday, at a PA gig, and one of the other PAs was this black girl named Kanisha, and I had to drive her to her van, and then when we get there, she's all like, "Do you like black women? Like, do you date black women?" And I'm just like, what about me, like, looks like I date black women? She's like, you just have a vibe like you date black women. I'm like, oh, it's like, I have a girlfriend. She's like, oh, not for me. I was like, all right, that's funny.
I think the bigger question is, why wouldn't you date a black woman?
She didn't ask me that. I don't know. But anyways, I feel like just the way they interpret being black and working, especially that kind of job, is very and it's an interesting way to put it, you know. I think it's a fun, interesting way to do it.
I remember this was around the time when it came out in like 2018.
Yeah.
I was going to movies every week. I'd see everything that new things coming out, and I saw some good things, good reviews about this. But I didn't know anything about it, and I went in, and yeah, you know, it blows your mind the first time. It's a really fun watch, and I showed all my friends, and I've seen it a couple times now, it's a cool cut. It's just a cool cut. What I noticed about it this time that I guess doesn't always work for me is it almost feels like not like a sitcom, but like almost episodic. Like, you know, it's like it plays almost like a TV show, but like in movie form. There's like it achieves like a weird sort of tone or feeling with the interaction between characters or just like the scenarios in general. And then it is pretty on the nose about a lot of stuff, but I think that at least this time watching it, it definitely made me think about things. Or certain, like, I'll be honest, like this time I was watching it, and I'm like, damn, if I was him, I probably wouldn't join the union. I would, because I'm working. Like, why, like.
But like, how'd you feel when you first watched it?
When I first watched it, you know, that's the thing. It's like, damn, no, like, I feel like
he should have stayed a power caller.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know. I didn't even know if you know, it's one of those things where you watch a movie throughout your life. The movie doesn't change. You change.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see, you know, 5-6 years later, how some of the things that in it that were kind of like jokes, you know, kind of is flowering now in certain ways, and just in
Oh, yo, what's up, Colin?
Colin.
Have you ever seen
Yeah.
Sorry to Bother You? What do you think? What do you think about that movie? Put it in the say of the mic.
Lakeith Stanfield, #1. I don't know.
I've been meaning to call you back. I'm sorry I missed your call earlier.
Were you like on a trip or something?
Yeah, I was in California for a minute, so I'm back now, and I got some stuff I want to talk to you about.
Going to Reno on Saturday.
Oh.
For real?
Let's go.
I'll be back on Wednesday.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Whoa, alrighty. Well,
Then we gotta do something on Friday then.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
What's that, tomorrow?
Yeah, we gotta do something. we gotta do something tomorrow then.
Shit, we'll figure something out.
you going to work right now?
Yeah,
Do you have work tomorrow?
I do. Yeah.
Fuck. Are you sick right now?
I kind of am.
Damn.
Honestly. Like,
You sound manly as shit.
my
Yeah.
throat's a little like scratchy.
Yeah.
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 What's up, bro? Your man in the kin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tight actually. I had no idea.
You should pull up gate porn.
Can I switch to a screen?
What's that?
Can I switch to a screen cap?
A screen cap, like
Or
a.
like a
Screen sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. There should be one that says all chat plus / screen. Yeah.
The power of the sun
Facts.
in the palm
Oh
of her
my.
hand.
Well, you'll get to it.
Yeah.
All right, have a good day.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
We gotta jam
when
some
we get back
STP.
from Reno- What's up?
Jam some STP.
Yes, we need to. When I get back from Reno, I'm gonna get paid. I'm
Okay.
gonna get like a $1,500 check.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
So I'll talk to you.
All right, for sure. Like I said, I think I'll have some good news for you.
Let's go. All right, y'all have a good day.
You too, bro.
Peace out, Colin.
I wonder what they're talking about.
Oh no. I thought that whole time. Never mind.
What'd you think about this movie, Elwood?
I've seen this movie. I saw it when it came out. Not in the theater, but it was like one of those movies where as soon as it left theaters, it went to Hulu.
Yeah.
So I watched it around 2018, and I liked it a lot. Obviously, the first time you watch it, like it makes you piss your pants. Like it's so like it's so stupid funny. But I've probably seen it like once a year since then,
Oh,
like
yeah?
once or twice a year. But not necessarily because I wanted to. It was just kind of like I just happened to have watched it. It's one of Dogman's favorite movies. Halloween not last year, but the year before that, he dressed up like Cassius.
For real?
Yo.
He had like the headband and everything.
Did he talk like him?
How does he talk?
Did
Like-
he have a white voice?
Oh yeah, nah. He likes the movie a lot, and I think just every time I watch this movie, I get pissed off because it's almost like he learned to like write based off this movie.
Dog him?
Yeah,
That's so funny.
like just the way the characters like interact and stuff like that. Like he loves to write like the ums. So every time like a character does the in the movie, I'm like, man, Dogman would write that shit. But it's a good movie though. I like it. I've always liked it. I think this time watching it, like, it's one of those things where it's like something's like really, really. There's parts that are really funny, but I can't laugh because I've laughed at it too much already. Like I've just become numb. I gotta watch it in like 10 years.
You got one of
And
those
then-
old timer laughs.
For real, me and Jalen were like, damn, this is so funny. we give the Kate reaction, bro. That's really funny. But sorry. But yeah, no, it's cool. I didn't realize that Boots Riley made that show about the fucking guy that's giant.
I'm
You
a
guys don't-
Virgo.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo. I didn't know that was him. You know what I'm talking about?
Is that his latest project?
Yeah, last year a TV show came out on Amazon about like this kid who was like hidden by his parents because he was like 14 feet tall, but he was like normal. It's like if you just stretch someone out. Like he was like normal size, but like he was just tall as fuck. So everyone thought he was a freak. And yeah, that's like the show. I didn't watch it, but I thought like, oh, this is like a weird show. I didn't realize that it was Boots Riley though that made it, and it kind of made more sense like once I found out.
It's interesting to me too, because I know like, that this was his first movie, and obviously he did music before, but he's been trying to make the movie for like 10 or 15 years.
God damn.
And he went to the Sundance Institute to workshop it and stuff like that. And when I was thinking about that this time watching it, and it almost feels like it would have fit right up there with like Eternal Sunshine or the movies that were coming out out around that time. Like it feels like it would have been just more, not necessarily more relevant, but like, I don't know, even in 2018, it's interesting to do a movie about a call center or certain certain stuff like that. Great color scheme, the yellows and blues.
It kind of reminded me around the same time I guess he was trying to make it. There's a movie called I Got Fired. And I guess it's this girl who made it who was in a play that Woody Allen was making, like he wrote and directed, and then she got fired. So then she just made a documentary asking everyone like what was the worst you got fired and why. And she asked a lot of actors, like I think Ethan Hawke's in it and stuff like that. But it kind of reminded me of that like era of like filmmaking. But obviously it got made in what, like probably filmed in 2017, finished in 2018.
I saw this thing on Wikipedia. I can't see how it'd be true, but like it said they started or wait, maybe I misread it. But like they ended filming in like June of 2017, and then it premiered at Sundance in 2018.
Yeah.
But that was on Wikipedia. I don't know if that seems like a really quick time to edit the movie.
Yeah.
But
Maybe they were editing as they were going, or
Yeah.
they just
Could be.
finished like all shooting, maybe just pickups or something.
Yeah.
Just the horse part.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows?
The makeup was incredible too.
Yeah.
Every time I watch, I'm like, dang, no, it's really impressive. Like,
The horse. The
yeah,
horses.
Yeah.
The horse cock. The I didn't realize this, but Forrest Whitaker's in the movie.
He is in it.
He's the horse at the end that's like, bro, I'm from East Oakland. That's Forrest Whitaker, and I didn't realize that Lily James is the girl's white voice, the British white voice when she's like on stage.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's Lily James, like the bitch from Baby Driver, the love
Oh.
interest in Baby Driver.
Oh.
I guess she's a love interest in the Iron Claw now.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that. I always knew who the white voices were for the other two, like Patton Oswalt and Martin Short. Is that the other one? Not Martin Short. The guy who plays Ian in Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh,
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about.
isn't his name Brian?
Is it? I thought it was like David.
David Cross.
David Cross. That's Cassius's voice, and then the
Hmm.
other guy's voice is Patton Oswalt. I didn't know that. I watched the behind the scenes on this on the DVD. I wanted to watch it with the director's commentary on, but
Yeah.
I was like, I should probably just watch it normal.
Sure. Yeah.
I think I enjoyed it more this time after seeing American Fiction, because American Fiction's like so ass comparatively to this movie. This movie's goated.
Let's go.
It's goated as fuck.
This time when they see like the reality show, I get the shit kicked out of me or whatever. It reminded me a lot of Fear Factor.
Yeah.
But honestly, there's a reason why it's the #1 show. I love to watch that.
It's badass.
Yeah,
You relate to Danny Glover's character?
I guess I do. Yeah.
There was a guy at the call center, kind of. I don't know. Kind of like that guy, a little bit, except the white voice.
Mm.
But like, there was like this old black dude that I sat next to, and he would like give me tips.
Hey, young blood.
You gotta sound like how you wish you could sound.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, what's the deal with that one like advertisement that plays where it's like everybody's living in the like
Worry free.
yeah. What was the deal with that again?
So it's like you sign a lifetime contract, and you basically work there the entire time and then live there.
Right.
And
Yeah.
But it's like basically there's a part where they say you work for 14 hours. So
Dude, we're like a decade away from that.
yeah.
I remember
Amazon.
watching that and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
probably gonna happen.
It's funny that like their wardrobe is like a minion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So good.
I was gonna say something about the call center.
Oh, I was gonna
What
talk
were you
about
gonna-
Amazon.
Amazon. Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, I want to hear about the call center first.
There's parts of like Sorry to Bother You that like it is kind of like this crazy satire sometimes.
Mhm.
Like at least when like Steve Yen.
Stephen Yun.
Yeah, when Yin
Yeah.
when he like
Say Glenn.
Glenn.
Stephen
yeah.
Glenn.
No, say Glenn.
when Stephen
No,
Glenn.
no, just one Glenn.
There's
Say
Glenn.
Quagmire.
No. What?
Glenn Quagmire.
You were tripping balls.
Glenn.
No, Glenn.
His name's Glenn.
The Glenn from
Glenn Quagmire. From Family Guy.
No, I'm talking about Glenn from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, but Quagmire.
Okay.
So, I guess there's parts with his character that I don't know. It's an alright character, but that feels kind of on the nose sometimes. But the stuff about it that did make feel more just like it's crazy, but also like I don't know. There was stuff at the call center where like we were doing like the surveys for the CDC, and the big thing they're stressing is like how to get like unbiased data and stuff like that. And you're in a way like you start to just realize like, oh, this doesn't make that big of a difference, I guess. And I don't know how the CDC gets like all of their data, but in a way it's like when you're on that like first level of the telemarketer thing, you're not doing something in a way that's like too, I don't know, that makes too big of a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way you're only like one step away from being the guy who's selling like the nuclear arms to like Israel or something like
Yeah.
that, you know? And I thought about that. It's like kind of at the call center, you're doing this survey that in a way it doesn't really mean too much. But then like your manager's like kind of talking to somebody related at the CDC. And then there was a thing at the call center that was kind of like the power caller thing, and they were doing like federal surveys, and it was like across. You could see them, like they didn't look different from us or anything really, but it was interesting the way the latter kind of like in a way you can go from doing something that seems menial to you're affecting a bigger sort of thing that might be negative. I don't know. It made me think of that though.
I do think it's interesting how like even outside of call centers, just more like office culture, and that the idea of upward trajectory or vertical movement, and how, in a sense, that's still sort of the standard for I think like a career goal, you know, and having that sort of motion. I feel like what's interesting about Glenn's character too, though, is that like in a sense, like he's basically a career unionist, right? He just goes from place to place and does that. And something about that too, it almost feels almost ingenuine, because like he's doing it to help the people, but like I don't know, it feels weird. You're
It's
just
a bit exploitative.
you're staying, you're just going in everyone else's lane.
He's got union riz.
Yeah. What did you guys think about it though? Like Tessa Thompson's character has her own white voice, and while having certain morals, but you know, still bending in other ways.
When I had first saw it, honestly, every time I saw it, I never realized that she wasn't actually doing the voice. I didn't realize that it was her white voice until this time.
Yeah, I didn't realize that at all either.
I always thought like she just put on the accent.
Me too. Yeah.
Just cause like it was part of the performance or whatever the fuck. But this time I did like it a lot more. I liked how, cause before I think, are you good, bro?
Yeah, that was loud.
He hit himself.
If you bump your microphone with that, it's loud because it like makes the noise on the microphone.
Oh, because you need a little.
I need a little puffy.
Yeah.
Keep going. Oh, never mind.
I wanted to say that I think watching it like before, like you're obviously on like more like, oh, Cassius, you're becoming evil, like you got to get back on the Union side. I think this time watching it, I felt it was very, I could see the flaws in like both like sides a lot more. It's like especially like this time seeing more of like, I did finally realize, oh yeah, Steven Yen's like he's not a scab, but what the fuck's a scab? Because
a scab is like what Cassius was.
yes, scab is like what Cassius is, but he's almost like he's like the opposite end of like a scab. He's just like a bitch. But it's I don't know. It's something I just liked a lot more that you got to see both sides of it a lot. Something that I noticed a lot more was just seeing that, and everyone's got their own fucking white voice. Everyone has it. It just depends on when you want to use it. And I liked how kind of hypocritical everyone kind of was, especially like Tessa Thompson, where like she does like the eye shit, like the what's it called?
Left eye.
The left eye. And it's like, as a kid, I was like, damn, like, she's badass. She's changing the world. But honestly, Cassius kind of had a point. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You're just selling like art to like just rich white people too. Like, like we're selling this. We're doing the same shit. But I almost felt that way until I realized, wait, no, but he's selling people though.
Yeah.
Like, high key selling people.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I first watched it, kind of feeling like, not really more on the side of the Union necessarily, but that Cassius was doing something wrong, kind of, and I was more judgmental of him. But this time watching it, it's like, how the fuck could he not take the opportunity? Like, really, I don't know how you could not do that. Like, you're being presented opportunities that are like, most people will never ever see anything remotely like that. Like, well, how could you not pursue that?
Especially when you're like living in your uncle's garage.
Yeah, you know, that's such a crazy shift, and you could really tell with, you know, the writing and the character and the performance, and then do that whole party sequence.
It's crazy.
I mean, obviously there's like the party part, and then there's like the conspiracy theorist part of the party sequence, and that part is just like
the rapping part.
not the rapping part specifically, but no, just like when what's the name of the other power caller, the guy with the eye patch? Bleep.
Yeah.
Bleep goes up to him and he's like using his normal voice. He's like, you know, just, he wants to see you go in He's using his normal voice to like tell him about
It's
this crazy
interesting.
thing.
He does it there though. It's almost like to build sort of trust. Like, hey, this is a real moment here. When he
Yeah.
really, that guy in himself is like a fisherman too.
Yeah.
Bringing in people. He knows what's going on.
Yeah. But it's kind of weird. It's like it almost feels like he's a bit jealous of him or something. You know, it's like he wishes he had the same opportunity. But it's like I don't know.
He takes off his hat.
Yeah, he's like, you know.
I didn't necessarily see it as jealousy. I saw it more like in the zone of interest. Like, you know, like there's the house workers, and then there's the people on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
And he's like a house worker. You know,
Yeah.
he's like he works for Army Hammer, and he's got it really good. But he's basically luring in other people like him to do.
It would. I imagine his character is almost what it would have been like to be like a girl like bringing her friends over to like Epstein Island,
Yeah,
Yeah.
or I guess
because he's like the token. He's like he's
Yeah.
the token black
Yeah.
guy for the power callers. You know.
he's in a lot of ways he was just a house slave, and he got Cassius to be it too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pause.
Well, it's
I
interesting
thought
too.
this was
The idea of slavery and the literal slavery of the workers, but then more the ideological slavery of what you bend your morals to, and what you're, in a sense, willing to do for whether it's success or opportunities or just better standards of living. You almost had to lower certain standards to raise others and whatnot.
It's kind of strange how it presents like the utmost opportunity as something that's like evil essentially.
Yeah.
Like the highest opportunity he was offered is like, he offered him to be like a Martin Luther King plant,
Yeah.
and that's like just like and and the way it's presented in such a fucking crazy way with the horse people. But it's just like I don't know, it's just like that is so like conspiratorial, just like
No,
it almost implies that like everybody we look up to is like a plant of some sort.
sometimes it feels that way these
Yeah.
days. I saw all the memes about the Super Bowl script, and you know what? You guys see? I don't know if you guys watched it, but like, I don't know.
There is some. I don't know.
I saw one video where it's like a guy, he had the ball, and then another guy was like, he could have tackled him, but he went to the guy clear to the left who didn't have the ball. Did you see that?
Did the guy score? Or was it like to get a first down?
No, it was when Patrick Mahomes he went for the run, and the 49ers had clear could go for him,
Yeah.
but basically
Yeah.
went for some
Kind
defensive
of.
lineman.
I could see that. The thing that I thought was weird about the Super Bowl. Okay, like I think the score going into overtime was 19-19, right? San Francisco should have had 20 points. Like 9 times out of 10, basically San Francisco scored a touchdown when they had 13 points. And they had to kick the extra point. Extra points get made most of the time. And that's when it got blocked. And that's what allowed Kansas City to only need a field goal to tie the game instead of, like, if it's 20-16, they need to score a touchdown, basically. And it makes it a lot easier on the offense. That I thought was kind of like, I remember when that, I don't know. It's just weird that kind of, that changed the game. That really did. And then it's just weird afterwards seeing that fucking Joe Biden post. Like, why'd you do that? You didn't need to do that.
Because that's the thing with like the conspiracy theorists is like they have to tell you what they're doing.
Right to your face.
Yeah, they have to tell you right to your face what you're doing, or they're not allowed to do it, or something like that.
Well, they're never lying to you, Elijah.
Yeah.
Well, I think about that too in terms of like just like public figures or icons and certain things where it's more the idea of them more than the actual person. And at a certain point too, for that person, you either have to uphold that and live by that, or at least present that. And it's just it's a place that no human really should be besides Jesus Christ.
But the way I like how they what's the name of the guy who presents the Martin Luther King horse people
Army
thing?
Hammer.
Army Hammer, is that his name?
That's the actor. I don't know. I
Oh,
forgot his-
Steve Lift.
yeah,
Steve Lift.
or Lynn Lift.
I think it was Lift.
Well,
L-I-F-T.
Steve, I just
I'll look
it was a fun way to present that sort of character where it's like, it seems like he comes from that world, like his whole life, and it seems like people that are like that, at least the way they portray him in like movies and just media in general, is like they're so from that world they can't relate to like where just the general population comes from. That it's like almost like talking to like a mentally ill person, where it's like, you know, like he's like he sees a horse people and like, this is fucking crazy, and he just doesn't understand like how crazy that could be to somebody.
He's
you know?
like, you should have watched the video
Yeah, he's
first,
like,
and then it all makes sense.
We spent a lot of money on this video, bro.
Yeah.
It is directed by Michelle Dongri.
Dongri.
It said that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
that's
I think
funny.
it might actually be directed by Michelle Gondry. Like, it feels like his kind of style.
The movie.
Yeah, no, like
The
even like
animated thing.
even the way the camera would like move like through like the
bro.
floors and stuff like
Yeah.
that in the video.
I liked how the woman monkeys had like boobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and,
Like
kept
hair
moving.
coming out.
But
It's interesting too, cause like honestly, that's the most interesting thing about Army Hammer's that person, and just with all the drama that's going on with him at the time, is it almost feels like perfect casting because of where he comes from and all that. And sometimes you shouldn't always think about that, but it's just interesting.
I feel like that makes a difference though on like the general way people view like performances. Is like, I've seen this person do this before, and then that like sets my expectations for what they're gonna do next. It's interesting. It's almost like this is what Armie Hammer did when he didn't create Facebook. Like, I could see someone viewing it like that a little bit.
I like too that he, like you said, like it's just like an alien moral compass. He's not necessarily evil. He just like, it's just more like but he's not dumb either.
Yeah.
Like he understands to a certain degree, but at the same time he's just kind of he's kind of silly.
Yeah, it's there's like it's not like new money either. It seems like it comes from like old money, you know. And so
Yeah.
it's like coming from that sort of world is just like I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Like you can tell he's like a huge sort of like just pleasure seeker. You know, like he fucking talks about killing the rhino. You know, he doesn't give a fuck.
Bro, yeah, and you see the rhino. It's all
With all the like the stitches.
He's like, I put fucking two mag in that fucking two mag in
that
fucker's
that
head.
fucking thing of cocaine he hits at the beginning of the party scene, that thing was like this fucking long.
Yeah.
It looked like
Yeah.
even if that was like the milk powder shit too, that was a lot to that would be a lot to take.
He's an expert. And then I like how he's like there's two reasons why you should do this, and one of them's it's like a 5-year contract and then you're out,
yeah.
and the second one's like you'll have a horse cock.
Yeah,
yeah.
Think
See,
about it.
What I really liked about this movie is how everyone's written, because even though like you said, like someone like Armie Hammer's like extremely kind of delusional and stuff like that, it really is what he believes. Like he doesn't see like like, bro, you have a horse cock.
Yeah.
But something like American Fiction just writes everyone like retarded as fuck. Like even they don't believe what the fuck they're saying.
Yeah.
Like in American Fiction, there's a part where he basically wants to change the title of the book to fuck, because I just want to be called fuck. Like, that's it. And they're like, you know what? We love it. We love it. It's in your face, and we're gonna do it. And it's just like, you don't believe that, bro. But Armie Hammer does believe it. He believes everything that he's saying. And even other characters, like even what the fuck's that dude's name? His uncle.
Terry Crews.
Terry
yeah,
Crews' character. He came into Whole Foods the other day.
Let's go.
Nahom shook his hand.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
But see, even like Terry Crews, like when he's holding like the Jesus statue and it's like a Pez dispenser.
Oh, my
Yeah.
diabetes is acting up.
Yeah.
Those parts kind of reminded me of Idiocracy.
Yeah. I
Like-
can see
like-
the ties to that. Just like in terms of how the satire is like very in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Idiocracy kind of like goes all the way though. Like, I think
It
Sarah
def-
Bother's a little
definitely,
scared.
It's just
What do you mean? It's got horse cocks.
I think it rides the line like the whole movie
Yeah.
until you get to the horse cock, so that it can be like, fuck you, we fucked you.
it's because it's kind of like it's what are you trying to,
You want the babe?
oh. It's kind of like I know what you mean. It's like it's ambiguous as to like how related to our world. Obviously, it's not. It's like it's an alternate reality, but it's not. It's not balls deep in the alternate reality.
That's just
you know?
Oakland.
That's just Oakland. Yeah, I've never been to Oakland.
On the back of the box, it says an alternative Oakland.
Yeah, alternative Oakland.
One of the jokes that I never really liked though was in the beginning when he goes to the gas station, like 40 on 2. And it's the
Yeah, that
40
one doesn't
cents.
hit. I was like, that could have been better. You know.
Or to me, it's just like that's clever, but like it doesn't make me laugh. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's it's clever.
That's the.
Oh, I don't know. Have you ever put the like $5 in the gas tank and then? Well, I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
I feel like it serves its purpose. You understand him as a character,
Yeah.
and in a sense
Yeah, I
too,
guess.
that joke also sets the tone for the world. You understand. You understand what you're in
Yeah.
for. You know, it's just like I always think about it every time I think about the movie. I think about it too, and it's just like it doesn't leave the best taste in my mouth. I don't know.
But I feel
don't
like
know why.
in like Spring Flicks, that joke would kill.
Yeah,
You know,
That's how
people
the-
would love that joke.
that's what it is. It seems like a 48-hour line. Like you know,
Facts,
like
yeah.
you're just seeing it
Yeah.
in something like
It
that.
could have been. I could think it could have been done in a way that could have hit harder.
Mm-hmm.
I remember thinking too, like he put the 40 cents down. I'm just like from like a logistical perspective. Like I get that he needs some gas, but it's like you're gonna get like what, like an extra like 100 feet out of
That's
that.
what I
You know,
thought,
like
yeah.
you might as well walk if you're not gonna
The car would have been
Yeah.
like stopped.
Yeah,
Okay,
The,
this is my issue with the union too. Is that they're trying to unionize to work there and all that, but morally, like, it's still working for Regal View, and they go to the slavery. It's all still
Yeah.
connected. Like you're
Yeah.
you're helping yourself. You're still only helping yourself. You're not
Yeah.
actually
Mhm.
helping the people. Sorry.
It's also
No,
too though, like if you're a telemarketer, you're getting paid. It makes sense that they're paid on commission.
yeah.
Because like if you're a bad salesman, you don't deserve.
That's like a PA union,
Yeah.
which I understand. Now you have PA experience, so maybe they
Yeah.
need a union, but at the same time, I don't know. You're trying to make
I
it be a
don't-
career
yeah,
PA.
No one should want to be a PA. Like that's like the goal.
I think Aiden wants to be a PA.
Yeah, I saw you posted "Follow your dreams."
Aiden, I hope good luck. I don't know what it's gonna be like out there. But I did not have a good time.
Didn't you work
doing
like
PA.
15 hours?
Yeah, I had a 15-hour shift. Especially to be. I mean, he's actually got a good. He's paying like 800 something.
What?
A month,
In
yeah.
LA?
He must
By
be,
himself?
He must be. In,
No. He has a roommate, but he
That's right,
said
yeah.
that he has roommates, but he said that he's willing to pay up to 800.
Yeah.
He
No,
says
he-
he-
no,
that's
what he did
I
his budget.
asked him. I asked him.
Oh, he actually is
He's like
doing that.
800 something. Yeah.
They probably fucking him, bro. Like rent's not that
I
much
don't
for
know.
them.
That's crazy.
Well, if it were like $3,000, how many roommates does he have?
At least one that I know of.
Okay, that's.
But what was I gonna say? One thing that also kind of didn't really bother me, but it just felt like a bit outdated was like the whole viral video thing. Like I could see like that being an accurate depiction of like viral videos in the 2000s. But I don't know, in the 2010s it just felt kind of like, I don't know, like the way like iCarly would depict like a viral
Yeah.
video, it just felt like a bit like you don't see people dress up as a viral video, that's like very extreme, and it feels like just because we grew up with the internet, I feel like that's a bit like inaccurate, and it's like not really hitting at the truth of what I feel like viral videos and how they affect culture really work.
When it comes to the internet, that's kind of where Boots Riley shows his age.
Sure, yeah.
Cause what he I don't know how old he is, but he seems like old as fuck.
like
Like
our
He's like in his
parents' age,
50s.
like in his 50s. Yeah, that kind of the have a Coke and smile bitch. That's like that's not what my mom would think was funny, but that's like what her like my uncle would think was really funny.
Sure.
It's just interesting too how the movie kind of like sideswipes a lot of internet stuff
Yeah.
or even cell phones in general
Mhm.
and whatnot.
Everyone still watches TV, like actively.
Yeah. That's where it feels like it would have just been better in like 2003 or
Definitely,
something. I always did like the scene though when like they're at the bar and they have the VIP and he goes and
Oh,
spills it and he's like, "How was it?" "That was awesome."
See, but honestly, Jalen asked me as soon as that part ended, she was like, "What was the point of that scene though?" And I did think about it like in the grander scheme of things, and I was like, "What was that scene for?"
I think it's supposed to maybe show like I don't know, he wants to party or something.
To me, it showed like it's planting the seeds for the desire to be in the upper class or and to be in something more than yourself. And even if it's not all the way there, you can't almost admit that it's not as good as it seems because there's something to the desire of it. But at the same time, my issue more with it is just like what I was saying before. Is it almost feels episodic. Like it doesn't necessarily flow. Like
Yeah.
that scene happens and you just move on.
That scene felt like a Family Guy part,
Like-
like a cutaway.
Yeah,
that
like
was
the-
baller. Cuts away. Felt like he could have done anything else.
the transition, like there's just like random like the circle transition stuff, just like
Mhm.
just the way the scenes are kind of glued together.
Something I didn't really appreciate watching it this time was that she fucked Steven Yeun's character, because it just feels so out of nowhere. Like
I feel like it didn't really have to be there, really.
like you can kind of tell like Steven Yeun's kind of like low key jealous. He's like, damn, how come Cassius gets to fuck this bitch but I can't? But I didn't think he'd actually be able to get to fuck the bitch though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That part felt like, I mean, I guess it kind of, when that part happens, it just helps to serve, like establishing the separation between them. But they get back together so quick because of the twist, and
Is it the next day?
it literally, and it's just like
She's like, I messed with someone last night.
yeah. So I mean, in terms of like the story, like I don't know, it just feels like something he wanted to have in there, to like I guess more for the mood of what these characters are going through than anything else. Like there's something else I was gonna say. I totally fucking forgot.
What did you think about her earrings?
I thought they're okay. I was like, they're kind of, some of them were kind of fun.
I don't know. They didn't really make me laugh too much.
Mhm.
That felt a little on the nose.
Some of the parts that I could see being funny felt very like just it felt so straight that they weren't really supposed to be jokes anymore. Like even like rewatching like the 40 Cent part, it doesn't feel like a joke anymore. Like it just feels like that's just his character.
Yeah.
I will say though, and this is more maybe it was supposed to be that way to make it funnier, but I noticed that he parked on the wrong side of like where his gas cap was. Like he parked where the gas pump was on the right, but his
You gotta put that in the IMDb. What is it? What are they
The
called?
goofs.
The goofs.
the goofs. I thought it was kind of more like, oh, so you could like see it, but then even now I was like, man, this is so stupid. I almost wish that like it showed him like having to like park at like another pump or something like that, and then he loses his 40 cents to someone else.
Yeah. I really like the and I think this would have worked a lot better in the 2000s, but like when he's doing the phone calls and he's like there looking at the people that he's calling and stuff. Like imagine if that was like shot in film. I feel like that's just like automatically like, damn, that's way cooler. Like conceptually I really like it. I kind of wish I got to see not necessarily more of that, but like that like matured almost, because like I think that's kind of a fun I was kind of on the fence about it at first. I forgot that they did that in the movie. And I was like, is this I don't know how I feel about this. Like I could see myself really not liking this. I think it kind of won me over when he's talking to the one Asian guy who's like on the
Japanese
toilet.
guy,
And he's like, and it's like that's kind of surreal. Like he hits the water jet for him.
Yeah.
Wipes his ass.
Yeah, but it's just like I almost wish I got to see a lot more of that. Just like moments, like I don't like kind of how that feels like otherworldly. Like he hits the button, but at the same time, like visually, I liked how that looked. He's like right. He's like their legs are touching as he's calling him. Yeah, it's just that felt kind of fun and.
I feel like the movie did a really good job at like the individual characterizations of everyone, like really solid characters. But like in moments like that, where it's like, I feel like that's how you can kind of combine some of these more of the thematic elements, where it's like you see him in what he's supposed to be succeeding in, and then having the moral dilemmas happen there.
Yeah. Instead of like him kind of talking about it with like his girlfriend or the union workers and stuff. I feel like the union stuff kind of. I mean, it kind of makes sense why it's there, but I do feel like just his journey alone is almost enough of a moral sort of a dilemma in itself. That I felt a lot more drawn to that than the union stuff. And like some of the union stuff, I think it was good except for like the later stuff where it's like there's like they have like the football people and some of the statues. I was like that feels like I could have seen like a student write that type of scene or something.
The part I think I laughed at it originally, but this time watching it kind of felt distracting and out of character was when Steven Yeun talks about like getting chlamydia, like in a I thought it was funny, but it really is out of character for Steven, like that character, for Glenn's character.
Yeah.
And we should be able to go to the doctor when we have unprotected sex with someone that we didn't know, and you have gonorrhea or some sort of other virus that you never even heard about.
I feel like thinking about it though, it almost makes sense. Where it's like he's not a noble guy, he doesn't live there. He's there for whatever reason.
Because then he says something right after that, but like, let's go, and everyone cheers again.
Yes.
Like,
it almost pissed me off when he went to the horse people. It was like same struggle, same fight.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck you, bro.
I thought the horse was gonna say like, shut the fuck up, but then they did it too. They were like, respect.
I really wish they didn't make Cassius do the fucking like the dumb voice to the horse.
Oh,
It's like you saw him talking like normal. Like why would you act like we were like that feels a bit like out of character.
to me, I did always feel like the ending was not necessarily rushed, but like so much happens like within like the last 15 or 20 minutes where it's like I don't know what production was like on it, but
it changes so much.
tighter. How do you guys feel that he turns into the horse at the end?
I forgot that I remember I was like wondering this time watching, like, does he turn into a horse in this? Like, I forget, because like after the twist, that's like it does get muddy in terms of like what happens, and I remember there's like the outbreak of horse people, but I didn't remember. But
There were like a lot of movies in like around like 2010 that would have like an ending like that, where basically like the movie's resolved, but they have to have something that like equates to like a jump scare in the story, that just like happens for like no reason. Like, do you remember the Piranha movie?
Piranha 3D.
The one before, yeah, Piranha 3D, not Piranha 3DD, like the one before that.
3 double D.
Yeah, there were 2 Piranha movies. The first one, and like the movie's basically over, and then a giant fucking piranha like just jumps out of like the water and like eats a
Gets
guy. Yeah, there was. It kind of felt like that. It would have been cool to see the like horses actually like fuck up Army Hammer.
yeah, that would be kind of cool.
But
I feel like when I think about the ending, even outside of like literally he turns into the horse, like trying to figure out if there is anything more to say about it, if you're still morally corrupt or like is there can you actually be absolved of it if you've changed for whatever reason? But I don't know. It's so it happens. You know, it's literally like the last 30 seconds. You can't really think about it too much.
I get there. You said earlier like he was like developing the script for a while or the film. That's like a thing. Like if it was something he wrote in the mid 2000s, like how much do you change the idea even as like time progresses?
Right. Yeah.
Like do you stay true to the way you originally thought of it, or do you kind of try to make it more of the time that it's being made? And I guess that's sort of
kind of what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem with it too much, but I can see how it might feel like dated in some aspects.
Yeah, no, it has like that sort of like digital look, you know.
Yeah. There. Oh, what were you gonna say?
No. All I wanted to say is I just liked how it was shot in the party scene, like when it's just him and Army Hammer like looking at each other, just lit very well. Like
Yeah.
it's got the Rembrandt and it goes
Yeah.
right into shadow. Yeah, it's good. Everything inside in that interior is good. Honestly, the office stuff kind of just shooting in an office is really hard to do to make it look interesting. I think that's where the color palette comes in good because they have the yellow office and the blue walls and all that. So.
Oh, I want to say 2 things. One, the palette of the film's like it's like not pastel. Like that's how I describe it. Like the office stuff's like it's not a pastel blue, but it's not like a regular blue.
Just too saturated.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the time when I watch like kind of Sundance movies, it's like it's very like pastel, but it's not saturated. Like it's everything's like dull as fuck. Like did you ever see that movie like Kajillionaire? Like Chameleonaire?
Yeah.
That movie, that's the kind of movie I'm talking about where it's like very like it's very
Soft.
yes, very soft, but
I like Kajillionaire though.
that was a good movie. That wasn't it like the same like era, like same time, or was that more recent?
It came out like in 2020. I remember.
What does it say? Is that Johnny? Yeah. Is it progress in the Shia? Oh, poggers in the Shia.
All buggers in this shit.
Is that what he said? Poggers.
But shooting on digital, there's some parts where you can see like banding, like the part after they fuck, like once they get back together, and she's like, that can't happen again. There's a part when everything's like blue, like the orange is like at first it's like orange and like blue and purple, but at one point it's like blue, and his headband. This time watching it, maybe just because Jalen's parents have just a big ass TV. There's like banding like in the whites a lot. I noticed that.
You banding expert.
Now I am. But yeah, there was a lot of banding in some parts, and that those parts kind of felt like very like digital like filmmaking, and even the part when she runs away from the not the cops, but I guess whoever's putting up the signs for the worry free.
Oh yeah.
One thing I was just like, why would you wear a disguise just to take it off when you ran away?
Yeah.
She gets away and she's
beard.
like, fuck you, bitches.
Yeah, that felt kind of like I don't just you're good. Go ahead.
No, I was going on to something else. If you want.
I was gonna say that kind of felt like almost like an Idiocracy type of, just like the comedy's really like, it's just like front and center. You know, they're trying to make it kind of funny.
interesting how like his character starts out, almost in this a place of self-loathing and self-doubt, but almost in a cool way. Like he lays in the bed and he thinks about like, what's the meaning of life? Like what does all mean? And it's like, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily. He doesn't necessarily like change like when he becomes successful, but he just stops thinking that way.
Yeah.
I don't know if he thinks about anything else or whatnot. But then when it goes to the end, I just wish we saw a little bit more there. What did you guys think about like I always saw it as like his moral compass, like the photo of whoever his dad or
Yeah.
dude
By
in
the car.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It did make me kind of wonder where his parents were, like what's the situation with all that and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I sort of assumed that they were like dead or like they were gone or something like that. But I liked him. I liked at the end when he does like he like clicks his heels like in the
Yeah.
photo. Honestly, he felt like a chill guy. I kind of wanted him in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Crews was fun too, though. I
Yeah, it
guess.
was a lot of fun. I do think it was interesting seeing his journey and like his character, because it feels like he's not like they tell him about the white voice and instantly it's just like magic. He's like suddenly killing it. It seems like it wasn't really that hard for him to do besides like just the moral implications of changing your voice,
being real
and betraying your culture and whatnot. But I don't know. And then it's just like it takes him so high. He's just like a normal dude, and he just goes so high just because he just found out this one thing. And it's just interesting how like the doors are unlocked for him. It just.
How do you feel about the idea of that, like the way he describes it, like the idea of not having a care in a world, or like feeling like you're secure? Like
Dude, that shit killed me. I was dying. There was a lot of moments in the movie where I was like actually laughing pretty hard. Like that was one of those parts. It was just the one line where he's like, "You gotta sound like how they wish they could sound."
Yeah, no, but I love that though. I love how it's not just like a blanket over it. Like
Yeah.
it's very like specific. Like these aren't what white people sound like. It's what they want to sound like.
And then it's just funny, 'cause, like just like hearing that, and then there's just like the one part where he's like talking to like one guy over the phone. He like passes him a joint,
Yeah.
and they're like talking, and he's just like putty in his hand. It's funny.
Sales just seems like a difficult place to be.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You should remake it with Johnny.
With Johnny, maybe.
We did it. It's called Smotters.
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
You want a cookie?
Skaballs.
I didn't know it was supposed to be made in the 2000s. Now I really wish I could see a 2000s version of this movie.
Who would be Cassius?
Cassius 2000s.
Most
Def would actually be so fucking perfect, bro.
I dropped a cookie on the floor.
Most Def. Okay, who's Tessa Thompson's character though?
I don't know. I can't go all the way in.
I'm gonna go.
Megan Good.
Who's Megan Good?
You just had to. I guess you had to be there.
Give me Lauryn Hill.
Who's Glenn?
Glenn. Oh, the Asian guy. Does he? Am I casting based
Jack
off
Black.
race? Jack Black. And then Jack Black fucks Lauryn Hill.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
And then who's Armie Hammer? 2000s.
Tom Cruise.
Oh
Yo.
my fucking god.
Hell yeah.
Actually, I want to change out Steven. I want to change out Jack Black. I want to put in Bill Hader.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Fred Armisen.
Oh my god. I wanna let's see. And then who's I think Terry Crews should still stay Terry Crews.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh my god. Actually, and then his friend should be Dave Chappelle. Just fuck you. Like we're already in it
That's
already.
funny, yeah.
A lot of the parts did remind me of Michel Gondry movies a lot. Like especially when like it transitions from like the garage to like his apartment with like the TV.
Grows, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Like,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah, that
cool.
shit was really cool.
No, those parts felt really cool. I do kind of like you said, it would have been cooler on film though. It would have been cooler to go in from like a smaller like CRT to a bigger CRT.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a plasma screen TV or something.
Bro.
That'd be fucking sick. I think I mean just like every movie would be better on film, honestly.
Do you think
It's like, I think it's like a really rare instance where I feel like a movie would work better on digital.
Did you like how the horses were like kind of CGI?
I
The
think
horses.
it almost didn't quite matter. I mean, it does matter, but it's just like the reveal is so shocking, regardless. Maybe if it was more real, it would have been harder to tell or something, or it wouldn't have felt as like because it's like in the CGI they show it like front and center, it's like moving and stuff, and it's like that could have I could see that being very hard to pull
Somebody
off.
had to make that CGI horse stick though.
I felt like it was real. I thought it was a
Yeah,
practical suit.
I thought they looked like practical suits to
see.
me. That's why I was like, what do you mean CGI?
I feel like in some parts they're
I
definitely
thought
not.
some parts might, but
Or at least in the reveal, I thought it was practical, like when he falls down in front of him.
Yeah.
But like in the end, when like the war is going on, like it definitely
Yeah.
like more CG stuff there. How'd you feel about that when like basically the world collapses?
That was awesome.
But then like it doesn't.
Yeah.
I like that aspect a lot because of what Stephen Young says, where it's like when you can't like change it, you just have to learn to accept it.
Right.
You have to learn to ignore it, and I don't know, kind of feels like it feels very relevant now 6 years later. You just gotta go with it, go with the flow, like in my favorite movie Elf.
I remember when I first watched the movie and the horse part happens and you see them like the war breaks out. I don't know why, but I just got a heavy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles feelings. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it just had to be the suit. I just like it just and the green smoke and stuff. I was like, I just feel like I'm watching. I don't feel like I'm watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's just like it reminded me of it.
I do love when he's like the jade door. He's like that's clearly Olive.
Yeah.
that part's funny.
Yeah,
that was
that
really
part's
funny. Because all the doors are green.
Yeah.
This might be real in some parts.
Oh, it's definitely real. In some parts,
Yeah.
definitely.
I like when she's like trying to talk to him about like her Africa shaped art, and he just wants the joint.
Yeah.
John Wary. I was like, that part was like a little bit stupid. I was like, immediately, like he asked her, immediately tunes out. Like,
Yeah.
like next second, he's just like,
Bro,
like, bro, are you like that's a bit?
It's hard. It's hard work being a power color, bro. You would not understand.
I feel like if they would have given it like at least 30 seconds, then I'd be like, okay, I get it, you know.
So that
Like,
we were all-
immediately, I'm like, damn, what a douchebag.
So that we could also be bored.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about Africa shaped art.
What time is it? 2:15, or we should probably start. I mean, unless you guys want to keep going, I can rate it. And
You
move
can
on.
what?
Rate it.
I would
Wrap it.
give Sorry to Bother You a 16 out of 18. You know, maybe listeners, maybe we sound a little bit critical, but we've all seen this movie, and I like this movie a lot. Watching it this time, I had to come at it a little differently. You know, it couldn't be a love fest all the time, but you know, I think it's a movie that people should see. You know, I don't know if it got swept under the rug because it feels like a movie that would, but then I know a lot of people that have seen it, so
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like weird in between.
It is, yeah. It's like
It feels like it should be a cult classic, but then like you're not putting anybody on. Like, but a lot of people
Yeah.
have heard of it at least. I don't know.
it almost reminds me of like Scott Pilgrim in terms of like, you know, a lot of people have seen it, but not quite having the same impact.
Mhm.
You know.
But you know, I think it's I still think it's super clever and well made, and I appreciate the memories I have with this film, and I might check out that new series. I'm not a big series guy,
Yeah, me neither.
but Boots Riley, shout out Boots.
It kind of has the similar font
Oh yeah,
to the title. font.
Similar color palette too.
interesting.
He's Boots Riley is a very consistent man, whether it's in music or film. Even his music video where he plays like a scarecrow, I'm like, yeah, this is like the guy who made Sorry to Bother You. But this movie, I like it. I've seen it a bunch of times. The part I was trying to remember was a not necessarily a plot point, but a part I didn't like was when they fought over the covers, because basically they argue with each other, and then the catalyst of the argument, not the catalyst, but what gets him to like yell at her and be like, I just want to be interesting, is because they fight over a blanket.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you're hugging the covers. No, you're hugging the covers. I'm like,
cold.
I just remember like Jalen was like, bro, in his bed, in his house. But overall, I would give it's a good movie. It has I like the commentary. It's still relevant. I wish Boots Riley would make something a little more. I guess another film. I guess that's a little bit more, just bigger. Just so more people can know about it. He's a talented guy. He's not an untalented guy. I'd give it like a 33.3, 333. When he makes another movie, they'll become 666.
Oh.
I hope that never happens.
It was I don't know. Not watching it for a while and kind of not remembering some stuff about it. I really enjoyed it this time. I kind of enjoyed that it played into more like goofier aspects. I can see why kind of if you remembered what happened and you're watching it again, it can make you feel a bit differently, but I enjoyed it a lot. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10.
Who's gonna do the rap?
Kate.
Can you do the rap for us?
Bust a rap. You can at least bust a rap. For
Will
us,
you say
right?
whatever it is?
Do you not know what the rap is?
Do you always do this?
No,
No.
sorry. no. And sorry to bother you.
Oh no, I haven't seen it in a long time.
But I feel like you remember one part though. Yeah, I remember one line, bro.
What's the context?
I'll give you the beat. Dum 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 bum bum dum 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 bum bum
He's going at it. He's going barnacles on this beat.
Born in Philadelphia, born and raised.
That's how it goes, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Born in Philadelphia, born and raised.
No. No, wait. No, that's not. It goes in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my days.
This flow is immaculate.
Who's gonna do the rap?
Oh, wait, Norby, what's your rating? Can you rap it for us? Actually, rap the review.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure it out right now. No, I can't do it right now. I give it a 7.77 out of 10.
All right.
Yeah.
Copycat.
Yeah, I was figuring about. I was doing that anyways. I'm like, oh, I was doing another one with all the numbers are the same. 7.77 out of 10. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I laughed probably at least like 5 or 6 times throughout the movie. So.
That combined with Elwood's gives it 100%.
Oh!
Does it?
You got to say it in the mic. Say it in the mic.
No,
Wait, tell him in the mic.
33.3 and 7.77 does not equal 100.
Never mind.
And even then, it would be like 110% or 101%. Wait, is that how that works?
No, it'd be 100 points.
It'd be 100.
It'd be 100.
100. And
Wait, it'd be 100.07.
if it was no. If it
Lyrical,
was,
spiritual, miracle, individual,
So
subliminal, criminal.
don't forget the decimals. If it's 333 plus 777, that's 111. No.
What?
You touched my glasses. How does it go from 333 plus 777 is equal to 100? Whatever you said.
111.
Because it's 111.
It's 111.
Fuck me. Holy shit.
All right, that was episode 41.
Well, there you have it, folks.
41.
41.
41.
Darby and Anthony.
That's right. Everybody here, we just won. Jizz in Nobi's mouth.
Look at my dick swinging as I run.
What are you guys choosing?
All right, is it just going to be us four venturing off
yeah.
into the end of the month?
I think so.
All right.
Lovers only. Did you
Bruh.
break
Bruh.
Bro, how the fuck did you break it?
Should I pay you? Whoa.
Whoa.
Dude, I like that. I'll tell you later.
Norbert, what are you choosing?
I'm gonna choose All About Lily Chou-Chou.
About
That's what it's called?
I like a month or two ago. I saw hella like Deftones edits of it. And I'm like, this
Whoa.
looks kind of cool.
It's Japanese.
Yes,
Ooh.
it looks interesting.
Ooh.
I've been wanting to watch it for a while. I was
Oh,
like, I want to see it
dang.
for Screen Tongue.
Aiden saw it.
Damn, this one's long. The problematic lives.
God damn, bro.
I have no idea what it's gonna be.
I'm
like.
not even gonna look at what it's about.
I saw like, dude, I think I saw like 5 different Deftones edits of
Oh.
it by different people, but like all the same song.
We gotta watch
is
the
crazy.
documentary all about Lily Chou.
Huh.
The making of. Okay, well, you know me. I'm down to 2 picks in my head right now. And really, what I've realized about this is I can't pick what I feel like watching right now as I sit in this chair.
Mhm.
I have to think about what I'm going to feel like watching 2 weeks from now.
Sure. Yeah. True.
And 2 weeks from now,
Life is unfair.
you know, now what's going to be the best pick for my fellow pod mates and our listeners out there? And I think I've been pushing it off, but I'm going to go with the 2011 film Sucker Punch.
Oh, shit!
That's gonna be fun.
What was the other one?
It would have been the Italian film America Latina,
Oh, the guys who
directed
made,
by the Dionysus.
Dionys
Senzo.
brothers.
Yeah,
They're the ones that made the Kanye West video, the new one.
it's yo
Let's go.
bestie, Miss Westy. Don't try to test me. It's gonna get messy. It's gonna get messy. Bless me.
It's your bestie.
All right,
All right.
there we have it.
You guys want to watch that one together?
Yes, that now we must watch together.
Okie. So hit the black on the scenes. No scenes. Sorry.
To the left, bottom left.
Peace out,
Now hit
film
fade.
fans. Peace out.
Fade in the hole. Fade in the hole. Fade in the hole.
This is Bat Country.